practice. Yeah. Thank you so much, Damanji.
Kapil
So,
sir.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
Vandana,
Yeah.
please.
Just
Uh,
we are now going live on YouTube. Okay.
Correct, correct.
So over to Daman sir.
Yes. Good evening, everybody.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Yes. Rather a good afternoon also. If you want to have a tea in, because Chai Pe Charcha, so we need the cup in our hand. So I start with the Chai Pe Charcha today's session. Very warm welcome to all of you. This is the 45th session of the Chai Pe Charcha. And आज ये हम सबको दुबई ले जाने वाले हैं, कपिल सर. So at the heart of this knowledge sharing initiative lies a simple but powerful idea that conversation sparks clarity and that collective experience leads to better decisions. Today's session is no exception as we focus on one of the most aspirational global destinations for Indian professionals. It's a Dubai. This is our topic for today is a chartered flight to Dubai. So CA practice in the UAE, there's a pathway, pitfalls and possibilities. The session promises to be deep dive into the professional opportunities and practical challenges and smart strategies for those looking to set foot in the UAE's thrives business landscape. We are fortunate to be joined by two stalwarts today, a speaker of the day who brings us hands-on experience from Dubai and a moderator, well-known, our Vandana Madam, for her thoughtful, insightful conversations. And now, to take the session forward, I would like to invite CA Hiral Mehta to formally introduce both of our speaker as well as the moderator, CA Kapil Talreja sir and our Vandana Madam, Vandana Dodhia ji.
Yeah.
Over to
Thank you.
Hiral.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Daman bhai. It is an honor to welcome today's distinguished speaker, CA Kapil Talreja, a seasoned chartered accountant of experience in the field of taxation, audit, finance, business development, and international consulting. Kapil is an active partner in Talreja and globally operating firm with offices in Ahmedabad, Bhavnagar, Jammu, Dubai, and USA. He has been instrumental in leading the firm's expansion across the Middle East and North America, particularly excelling in business setup, FEMA, structuring, and international tax advisory. What sets him apart is the ability to merge compliance with strategy. His contribution have empowered over 3,000 plus professionals and businesses through webinars, seminars, and focused on Dubai laws, global expansion strategies, and cross-border advisory practices. Kapil's experience is not only academic, but deeply practical, drawing from his active involvement in India, UAE, and US-based practices, including the partner at TaxDux LLC USA. His insight on structuring, repatriation of funds, and global compliance frameworks are invaluable for any professional or entrepreneur looking to expand internationally. Today, we are privileged to hear from someone who is not just professional, but a thought leader in global practice development. So without further ado, let's pour ourselves in a hot cup of chai, open our minds and dive into his exciting conversation. Please join me in welcoming our esteemed speaker, CA Kapil Talreja. Now, it's our privilege to introduce moderator 2 in today's session, CA Vandana Dodhia, a multifaceted professional who blends ethical practice, regulatory expertise, and passion for technology in journey of chartered accountant. Vandana ji is a fellow chartered accountant, peer reviewer, and a registered independent director with over 2 decades of experience. She is the founder partner of her own CA firm, handling statutory audits, tax audits, GST, TDS compliances, MIS reporting, certification work with a strong focus on diligence and documentation. She is certified professional holding qualification like DISA, FFFD, AI first level certificate from Institute, which reflect her constant pursuit of learning and adapting to emerging technologies. Manna ji is also widely respected as a tele-evangelist, having led numerous sessions across India on automation in tele, audit documentation, use of AI tools in modern CA office. She is visionary behind the Chai Pe Charcha series, a question answer style curated knowledge sharing initiative launched in 2021. And that has covered almost 44 insightful sessions till now, creating a platform for peer or public at large that can learn on matters of deep professional relevance. With great pleasure, let's welcome our session moderator, CA Vandana Dodhia. With that, now I request CA Vandana Dodhia to take over and set the tone for today's discussion.
Thank you, Hiral. Such a wonderful time spending together. Thank you, Kapil sir and Daman sir, always being part of this, and all the participants today excited. So हम ज़्यादा बात नहीं करेंगे, warm welcome करेंगे, and it is pleasure to be part of meaningful conversation. So that will help our fellow professional to take bold steps in their career. See, today Chai Pe Charcha is a bit more global, a bit more aspiration, as we try to decode the landscape of CA practice in Dubai. Dubai is no longer just a land of gold and skyscrapers. It is a fast emerging as a land of opportunities. And for finance professionals, obviously, with any global, there are legal, cultural, professional, and economic aspects that need to be understood deeply. So now in this conversation, putting forward some series of structured questions that will bring out both the practical aspects and as well as hidden nuances of setting up and growing as a CA in the UAE. So to start with, can you just highlight, Kapilji, why is Dubai emerging as a hotspot for Indian chartered accountants, and can you share key factors that make Dubai attractive professionally as well as economically?
Yeah, ideally, from the practice point of view as well as from the job point of view, more discussions would be towards the practice side instead of going towards the job side. When we say from the practice point of view, anyway, when we see the opportunities in practice, similarly, there's
Kapil sir, can you have just your speaker on, with the,
It's not
it will be more louder.
Okay.
नहीं,
The,
नजदीक रखो बोलते हैं.
the hands-free, whenever you can hold that hands-free,
Yeah, that's fine. But I think there's generally no problem in this case. But okay, let me do it in this way only. I think it's audible.
Mic you need to bring to your mouth.
Is it audible now?
हाँ, जब आप बाजू में रखते हो तो सुनाई देता है.
नहीं, I mean probably I'm doing such kind of sessions regular basis, but generally ऐसा issue कभी आया नहीं है. Anyways.
Yeah, so
हमारा issue थोड़ा
this
अलग
is
ही है.
correct. Now this is audible because when you have the mic at near the mouth now,
That's fine.
then it is
That's
audible.
proper.
हाँ, नहीं तो क्या है, हम सुन नहीं पाएंगे तो पूरा सेशन का कोई मतलब ही नहीं रहेगा ना.
नहीं, that's what I'm saying ना कि generally ऐसा कभी issue आता नहीं है because I'm using it last long time. So anyways, no problem. So considering from the opportunities point of view, from the chartered accountants point of view, not only the chartered accountants, to be very honest, it's all for the finance professionals, tax professionals who are being working in India. So there is no such kind of bifurcation between the chartered accountants, company secretaries, lawyers, in case you are planning to practice in UAE. So recently there has been a corporate tax that has been enacted. So there is an opportunity from the tax point of view, from the income tax point of view, including the transfer pricing practice, all the audit related practice. Earlier, audit was not a big scope, particularly when we talk from the chartered accountant's point of view. But now, as corporate tax has come into the picture, so we are seeing a lot of audits that will be conducted on yearly basis for the customers who are based in UAE. So yeah, so particularly from the practice point of view, there are a lot of opportunities nowadays. I mean, probably it was an opportunity earlier as well, but now the opportunities have grown a lot more as compared to the earlier one. So people generally say to me that there are a lot of chartered accountants also in the UAE chapter. I mean, if you see the international chapters, UAE is the biggest chapter. I say Dubai is the biggest chapter in the international level. So people start feeling that already there are 3,000 members in UAE. So how we will be able to survive and sustain in case we will be coming now. So when you will be understanding about the Dubai demographics or the UAE demographics, it has nothing to do with the competition, to be very honest. I personally believe there's no such kind of competition that is going to hamper your progress when we talk from the UAE point of view, because if we understand the Dubai demographics, then ideally 90% public is coming from outside UAE. Hardly there are 10 to 11% local people, localized. We call them Emiratis. So hardly there are 10 to 11% Emiratis. Rest all are coming from outside UAE. So when you talk from outside UAE, it means the entire globe is open for you for doing practice in UAE. So it has nothing to do with the professionals who are already there in practice. There are a lot of people practicing from uh, India, practicing from Pakistan, Bangladesh, Philippines, UK, US, Australia, European countries. There are a lot of people practicing here from different countries. But does it create a competition for you? No, there is no competition because you will be working in your network. If you have a good network, if you can create your good own network, you don't have to compete with any other person for that particular part. I'll explain more on this point when we'll start the technicals, and I'll start discussing with the members because generally talking on the practical side, I generally ask this question particularly to the members who are attending
ये
the
थोड़ा
session.
different concept है ना,
Yeah,
तो हमें वही समझना था कि see, basically you have set the tone, it is open for anyone in any side of the globe can go to Dubai because Dubai में बाहर से ज्यादा लोग आते हैं काम करने के लिए.
correct,
There
correct,
is an
correct. 100%.
opportunity talking. Now, is what kind of business entities are commonly operating in the UAE and how do they engage CA professional? So, is the demand largely from free zone companies, LLCs, offshore structure, or startup, or something like which kind of organization will be hiring CAs? That is the second question comes in my mind.
So, see, ideally, from the business point of view, if we talk from the business oriented people, I mean, I'm talking from the customer's point of view, not from the chartered accountant's point of view, because there is where we actually lack. Even if you are practicing in India or in anywhere in UAE or US, I believe it's always good to think from the customer's point of view. In India, we don't think on the customer's point of view because we have our own network. We just focus on the services that we are providing, but we never think from the customer's point of view from where I can get the kind of network which I believe that can give me lakhs of rupees or crore of rupees from a single assignment. But when we talk from the international point of view, wherein you don't know any other person, wherein you have a limited network, so understanding the customer ideally from the business point of view is very important. So people who are there are a lot of people coming here from different reasons. Of course, one of the reasons since last 10 years, the mindset of public have changed. Still, I think chartered accountants might be feeling that just because of tax saving, people are moving towards UAE. That is not the case. Since last 10 years, that this mentality has been changed in the customer's mind as well. So nowadays, when we talk from the customer's point of view, customers come here for the different reasons. Instead of tax is always a secondary option now for them. It's a kind of thing that as they are investing heavily in Dubai, so from the on the second mind, they think that as we are already investing time, we are investing money. So if there is any tax advantage, let's discuss on tax as well. Now tax has become the secondary opinion.
My question
That has
was
become the
what
second
kind of
option.
organization? Kapil ji, my question was
So I'm
कि
coming on that part
like
also.
offshore है, construction है, मतलब what kind of organizations will be looking, we will be looking
Dubai is
forward?
yeah. So Dubai is a global platform. So you will find people from all different industries here. I mean, even if they might not be doing business in Dubai because Dubai has a certain infrastructure issues or any country wherever we are operating from, all countries have their own natural demographics. So we need to understand that part as well. But from UAE point of view, if you are looking to create your business or if your customer is looking to move ahead, so any type of business who is looking forward to get the connection from the international level. So these people are generally coming to UAE because Dubai is now a global platform
Oh,
connecting people from different countries.
okay.
Like for example, I'll give you an example for this thing. There is a in the coming time in the next 2-3 months, there will be a GITEX event happening in UAE. It's one of the biggest IT events that happens across the globe, and you will find entrepreneurs coming from again the IT industry only, be it the software person, hardware person, or AI related person. All the big companies, you name any of the big company wherever it is located in the entire globe, these people come here, and along with it, the mid-sized firms and the small-sized firms who are looking to grow at international level. from the IT's perspective, these people come here to meet and see what's happening in the market, what's happening in the event. So when they come here, they meet each other. Like for example, I have an IT customer. So this IT customer will try to come to GITEX 7 because he knows there is almost 1 lakh public from the same industry, from the IT industry, that will be coming to attend this event. And these people will come from US, Europe, Australia, UK, Africa, you name any of the countries. More than 200 nationality people are staying here. So you can consider that these people will come here, and out of these people also, some of the countries are going to exhibit. So almost like 3,000, 4,000 exhibitors are only there. I'm talking just for the exhibitors point of view. More than 3,000, 4,000 exhibitors exhibit here in the event. This is almost like crazy thing. So even if any customer is coming here and is trying to meet only the exhibitors, he will definitely get one of the deals. Probably depending on his requirement, depending what he can provide to the exhibitors, whatever related to his industry. And if that particular connect, US connect or UK connect, if he's finding his product useful, they will then meet on and discuss on Chai Pe Charcha.
So I got your
Meet on
point.
Chai
Like,
Pe Charcha.
we had a WOFA in Delhi, we had a Geo Center. Same way, ये
Correct.
IT related पूरा expo हो रहा है. So this is a good information for those of who are interested. And वैसे सब बोल रहे हैं कि way forward is AI, but AI has to go in sync with existing thing. तो मेरा next question ये रहेगा कि what are the most in demand professional services for CA in Dubai today? Like, can you elaborate the core areas? Like we have heard VAT is there, bookkeeping, international tax, yeah, ESR or whatever. What are the areas for CA to work over there?
So there are a lot of services that CA can provide. So I will generally divide these services into 3 parts. First is of course the basic tax, audit, and not able to hear again.
हाँ, थोड़ा सा दूर चला जाता है तो आवाज ही नहीं आती है.
अच्छा, ठीक है. So tax, audit, bookkeeping, these are the first services. These are the basic services that you can provide, right? Considering from the revenue point of view, like if we talk comparing from the Indian practice, when we talk from the revenue point of view, I'll just give you an example. Like now corporate tax is compulsory, so corporate tax registration is to be done by each and every entity over here. So for corporate tax registration, which hardly takes 10 minutes time, 15 minutes time, to be very honest, as we are all from the same fraternity, there's nothing to be there's nothing to be kept as secret. Hardly 10-15 minutes takes to apply for the corporate tax online. You just have to feed the details of the customer, and that's it. After 7 days, you will get the corporate tax registration certificate from the Federal Tax Authority. But for this service only, generally the market fees is 1,000 AED. We charge 1,000 AED average to the customers for the corporate tax registrations. So it somewhere comes around 23-24,000 in INR just for spending 10 minutes time on registering the customer for corporate tax. Now comparing this with the GST registration, for example, like in India, as we are doing the GST registration, how much do we charge? 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 max to the customer. Again,
ranges from 2 to 5,000. Corporate रहेगा तो 10,000.
Correct. Again, in that also, generally GST officer comes and visit the place. He asks for some sort of arrangements, and they try to harass by giving the reasons on the last day. So almost now it takes almost like 1 month time to get the GST certificate, and that too we also need to keep on checking whether that fellow, the GST officer, has put any remarks during the last days of the thing. Because if he has put the remarks and we are not able to give the reason, again we will have to spend 1 more month. So just for this particular thing,
line up.
Correct. So just for this kind of thing, we are getting only hardly 2,000 to 5,000. Wherein when we come to UAE for the corporate tax and all that stuff, it's almost like 25,000 just for spending 10 minutes time. People over here, I have seen the firms who are charging 750 USD as well, just for corporate tax registration. I'm talking about the big firms who are here, the big 4 firms, I can say the big 4, or any of the firms who are into the specialization kind of services. These firms also charge 750 USD. So it comes around 70,000, 60,000 just for the corporate tax registration. And people generally pay here only the people who are very much good and they have the capacity to spend in UAE. These are the people who will be your customers, unlike India, right? So this is how the practice has been going on, and it completely depends on the customer that you can get. If you are having almost 20-30 customers as well in the coming time, you can earn good amount of revenue from those customers. This is one of the scope that is I was talking about, the tax, audit, and basic bookkeeping. Bookkeeping again is on the flourishing way. Bookkeeping was not compulsory earlier. Now corporate tax has come into the picture. So all the people have to compulsory maintain books of accounts, and they have to file the corporate tax returns on the basis of the books of accounts. So now there is a huge demand for the books to be maintained. So what people are doing now, there is second option that I can give you, particularly for the members who are looking forward to start in a very easy way in a fast process. What you can do is you can try to connect with the local CPA firms or CA firms in UAE, and you can try to approach them for keeping the backend office in India, and you can be the front face for them in backend office.
Understood.
Considering from the expense point of view, like if I'm hiring any person in UAE, a BCom level guy or enter CA level guy, if I'm hiring any such kind of persons as well, the CTC goes to 5,500, 5,000, 6,000 per month. This is AED I'm talking in. So almost I have to spend 1,25,000 in INR just for the BCom graduate guy. Now, being a chartered accountant, if you can give these firms an offer, which many of the chartered accountants have started doing it, they have started approaching the firms and they have got the success in getting the back-end office related work. If you approach them with this thing, okay, let's start the back-end office related work in India, and we will charge you 70,000, 75,000 per staff, which we will be keeping on behalf of your firm, who shall be working for 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. So if you get such kind of contract signed with any of the firms here, and these people give you 10 staff, it's almost like 7.5 lakhs that you are charging them per month. So it's a good idea to work on. Many of the members have already started approaching and they have started getting success in that part. So bookkeeping, again, if you are coming here and approaching the customer. Second, corporate tax, VAT. Third is audit.
ESR का कुछ है अभी?
So ESR is also there. ESR, we need to work on ESR because ESR we are not practicing, to be very honest, but there is a scope of ESR as well. AML is there. People are working on AML. There are selected chartered accountants who are practicing only for the AML practice in UAE. There is an AML Act. So some of the selected industries like real estate, jewelry, gold and jewelry, and including our firm, like bookkeeping, and these guys have to, they come under the AML compliances. So every customer who is getting onboarded it with you, you have to do the customer screening and check whether they have any kind of past record, past criminal record, or past any such kind of records, and then only you can add them into the customer. Or you will have to report to the authority that this customer has come to us and his background is not that much clear. So you will have to inform to the authority, and you have to compulsory do the customer screening before onboarding the customer. So AML practice also there.
We need to have some specific. See, we are a chartered accountant in India. So tie up with Dubai people. Do you need any certification, further certification, or some
nothing
sort of approvals from the authorities in Dubai or something?
Nothing is required. Nothing is required. Only for the auditing part, when you are planning to come on the auditing part to sign the reports.
Okay.
For the signing authority, you need to have the audit license here, and that can also be given. Probably you need to show your experience here of 1 year or 2 years, depending on the experience that you have in your Indian CA practice. Accordingly, authority will tell you to have the experience of 1 year or 2 years in UAE. And then once you have crossed that particular year, After that, you can take the audit license.
Okay.
So audit is also one of the good areas to practice. When I'll be coming on the third service, I'll explain you how audit is, even though the audit may not be mandatory from the UAE point of view, but from India's point of view, it's mandatory to have the audit done for the UAE entity. How? I'll explain on that part as well. Many of the chartered accountants are not aware about this thing. That's why I'll put lights on that particular service as well. Second service, when you talk about, so second service is about the setup related businesses. So setup is again when you are helping your customer to set up their base in UAE by getting all the approvals, requisite approvals that he might require to start his operations in UAE. So this is also one of the core practice. Many of the chartered accountants or many of the firms are only doing such kind of practice only because it is also having a good revenue. By having said that, per customer, if you are onboarding here in UAE, I believe for the setup related services only you earn around 1.25 to 2 lakhs per customer just for setting up their base in UAE. Like there are a lot of services that you will be providing to them when you are going with the setup related things. So for company setup, you will charge them 2,000 to 3,000 a year. Still the visa related process that is required to be done compulsory because for opening the bank account of the local entities, authorized person of the company needs to have a residence visa and Emirates ID. So any of the shareholder or director or manager of the company will have to take the residence visa. So we will help them in taking the residence visa as well over here. So for that also we generally charge 1,500 AED. Then comes the bank account process, which is one of the key revenue sources. In India, it's like very easy to open the bank account, but when it comes to UAE, it is very hard for the customers to open the bank account directly. Even if they will try to go directly to open the bank account, they will never be able to open the bank account here because bankers over here are very much critical. They go into deep. They take into the consideration all the things that have been mentioned into the customer's profile, and they ask for the Indian documents as well to the customer. Ideally, the main intention of the banker is to check whether the funds that is being brought into UAE, whether they are coming from the legitimate source or they are coming from the illegal source. This is the main thing that they try to see. And second, they try to see whether you are opening the company actually for the business purpose or you are just opening the company for doing any kind of money laundering activities. So they will ask you for the business plan. They'll ask you whether you have discussed anything with the customers here. Give us the name of the prospective customers. Give us the name of the prospective suppliers. So customer is never ready for all such kind of questions because he's never aware about such kind of things. This is the first time he's coming across such kind of questions. It's the kind of income tax scrutiny that we have in India. Similarly, these people scrutinize in this way, particularly when they come when the customer is going for the bank account opening. For consultants, it's very easy. Once you start helping customers, you will understand the banker's mind, and it will be very easy for us to open the bank account. But for customers, it's never easy to open the bank account in UAE. So for this kind of services, generally consultants charge from AED 1,500 to 11,000 AED for bank account opening assistance only. Forget about the setup related thing. Just for bank account opening assistance, consultants charge 1,500 AED to 11,000 AED. This is the fees that is being charged to the customer because ultimately customer is opening the company over there to have the bank account. If bank account will not be opened, there's no meaning in opening the company. And till the time when he's coming to open the bank account, ideally he's already spent 12,000, 15,000 dirham to open the company. He has already opened the company. Now it's just he has already spent 15,000 dirham or 20,000 dirham to open the company. Now, in case if he's not able to open the bank account, his mindset works in that way that I have already invested this much amount in opening the company. If I'll not be able to open the bank account, my 15,000, 20,000 dirham, almost 3 lakh, 4 lakh, 5 lakh rupees, it will go in waste. So they will never take risk in choosing the bank consultant. The first question that generally customers ask us when they are coming to us for opening the company, they also have this question in their mind: will you be able to help us in opening the bank account? So it means they are already afraid. So that's where, in case they are realizing your value, you can definitely charge them a good amount. In India, it's not like this case. I mean, probably in our practice in India, customer has a lot of options and he has his own network as well. In UAE, you are the main person. You are the main person who is going to guide them. So if you are not able to open the bank account, you will never be able to guide them. They will never take risk So he is having some sort of interest in you. So you can definitely charge them and that guys pay you. That's the reason they pay you. Like we talk in India that we are into the post-mortem related services. That's why many of the customers generally don't give us the value. But in India, in UAE, he has a business interest when he comes to you for starting his operations. And of course, there are heavy penalties as well. Unlike India, in UAE, there is a heavy penalty. So even if the customer is going to any other random consultant who is not having knowledge and he might have given him a less quotation, as soon as the customer pays the penalty, he realizes that he's into the wrong hands and he will have to work with a consultant who is having exact knowledge of the laws in UAE.
So I have to bill in India foreign currency when I give work sitting in India. If I am doing all this work with the tie-up with some CA, as you said, some CA
You
firm, I
can
have to
raise the
first
invoice
get
in
tied
INR.
up. हाँ,
You can raise invoice in INR.
INR में हम कर सकते हैं.
Yeah. So being an Indian firm, you can always raise invoice in INR. They will pay you in AED, which will come into your bank account by
Okay.
converting AED into INR.
Okay. Okay. So it's not necessary कि हमें foreign currency में ही bill करना है.
नहीं.
ठीक है. So now, what are the legal and regulatory steps to set up a CA practice or consultancy in Dubai? Like free zone versus mainland. So what should the first time professional choose? अगर मुझे खुद को वहां पे अपनी प्रैक्टिस स्टार्ट करनी है तो आप थोड़ा गाइड करेंगे?
Yeah, sure. So generally, to be very honest, we generally never advise chartered accountants to start with the license first because you need to understand the demographics of the UAE. When I
Yes,
said
sir.
about generally, I'm saying that we generally don't recommend chartered accountants to open the license at the first time.
Okay, after 2
Reason
years.
being, it's not again in my interest, to be very honest. I'm never on a kind of thing that it will create a competition for me. But you need to understand people have done such kind of mistakes earlier, and now they are really facing struggles. They are struggling because they didn't do the study. They just thought that I will be able to get the customers directly from UAE, and this is not the case in UAE. UAE market is open for wherever you are practicing, be it in India, be it in UAE, wherever your network is. You can start practicing in UAE, sitting in your home country as well. There's no compulsion to have your office in UAE. Why? Uh, again, if you allow me, I can ask the members also in the chat box. It will help them in understanding more. It will be a kind of brainstorming session so
Yeah.
that members can understand why they should what should they do in case they are looking to start the practice. Members, hello. I hope you are not sleeping and you are having the
Yes.
chai in your hand.
Yes, we are listening.
So please be active in the chat box. I want to understand from you guys first. What do you think? Whether you should start your practice directly targeting the UAE customers or you should work in a different way? First of all, let's discuss on that part. From where will you get the customer? Many of the chartered accountants generally have this question only.
वो हमारा
Okay,
second question
how will I get the customer? How will I get the customer? I'll ask you this question. Instead of answering me, I'll question you for this thing. How would you try to get the customer?
From the network.
From the network, okay. Where your network should be?
It needs to be in Dubai, outside like UAE.
Okay. Akansh has mentioned that you should start as a freelancer. Okay, that one of the easiest way that I have given you. Kiran is saying targeting UAE client. Okay, Indian diaspora in UAE. Okay, how to approach UAE client. I'll answer all your questions, but you need to be clear on the demographics part. Target CA firm in UAE, again, the thing which I told you. Now you are repeating the same answers to me. Apart from the thing I already mentioned you, what other things that you feel? Who have settled there? Okay, we'll connect with Indian CAs who have already settled there. You can outsource us. Again, we are working only on the outsourcing side. We are not focusing on the end customer. We are focusing only on one channel, that is Dubai CA firms or Dubai professional firms. Okay, let me ask you one question.
एक पोल डाला, आप
Yes.
ना पोल में भी डाल सकते हो कि क्या उनका कहना है, फर्स्ट ईयर से चले जाए या आफ्टर एक्सपीरियंस.
Yeah. You can,
There is-
guys, you can answer on that
So
poll.
many people are listening, Kapil, you seriously. They said after getting experience only we should set up our practice. मतलब first you should have
Okay,
a
okay.
horizon, the existing
I'll give,
person.
yes, I'll give my profile first. I just took the ICAI corporate tax course recently. Even though I've been practicing in UAE since last so many years, I just took the UAE ICAI corporate tax course just recently. I have been having a lot of clients since last so many years. I've been approached by a lot of customers on daily basis. But still, I took the course recently. So does it mean that we don't need to have the academic knowledge first, and we can start with the practice directly? We can start approaching the customers. Yes, this is how we generally do. This is the reverse mechanism that we follow. This is my mastery in this thing. US, we started again with the same thing. I don't have the knowledge about the US market. Initial level when we started, I don't have the knowledge. I didn't have the knowledge of the US practice. I'm still not filing the US returns, but my team is filing the US returns. I'm still not doing the audit, but my team is doing the audit. So does it mean that I do need to have the knowledge about doing all these things? Think in a different way. We are doing what we are doing. We are going with the academics first. We are understanding the corporate tax and all this stuff, but we are never thinking on whether after attending this course, how will I get the customer? Have you ever tried to think on that part first? Lot of people, lot of members are taking the outsourcing course that is being given by the ICAI. Again, it's a wonderful course. ICAI has been doing the best from their side to guide you on that part. But are we using our own brains, to be very honest? You are taking the course and you are thinking that, okay, we are now done with the course. Now what's the next step? Again, the first step should be to find the customers. If you have the customers, you will automatically start working on the academics. You will start understanding the law, right? I have followed this system, to be very honest. Again, my team is there. We are three brothers. We all three are chartered accountants. So corporate tax is being handled by my brother. He's a master in corporate tax. But having said that, I'm generally the face of my firm when it comes to the Indian customers. And at that time, these people ask me for the corporate tax, and I just tell them that you will have to take the advice from my partner, from my brother. We can anyways go into this particular call. But having said that, to get the customer on call first, you should know that, okay, this is the guy to whom I have to interact with. How that customer will come to know about you, that you are practicing in UAE. Let's start with that. Second question will be, okay, I'll come on that part also. Let's clear your myths first. How would that customer come to know about you, that you are practicing in UAE? The customer can be in UAE, he can be in India, he can be in Australia, he can be in US. Think from the customer's point of view.
So
Now,
your
don't
LinkedIn
use your own
profile,
practice.
see, one answer came in my mind is your LinkedIn profile should be showcasing that you are doing fala activities, like you are also
Correct.
addressing. जैसे आपका मैंने profile देखा तो I came immediately. I spoke to Hiral. Not only Dubai, he is doing US this also services. So next time हम US के लिए भी बुला लेंगे इनको. So that's how it is.
Sure.
So
There is one person who wanted to ask something, Riju Sastri.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sir, can I say something?
yeah, tell me.
Sure.
Yes. Yes. Sir, my question was like, just you said, but first we need to get the client somehow, and the knowledge can be gained later on. Okay, we can just read, study, and gain the knowledge. But I'm asking to myself that before I gain the knowledge, then from where do I get the confidence to ask the client to give me the work? In that case, means I think it's a very simple question. Maybe it sounds stupid,
That's
but
where our
I'm
mindset
like,
is stuck, na, to be very honest. That's where our mindset is stuck. We need to come out
yes,
of that mindset,
yes,
to be very honest.
yes. The other day I was hearing somebody from our fraternity only. He said something similar. And he also said this thing, which I will agree to Vandana ma'am, that we need to read and write about what we are willing to do.
Correct.
Probably in
Correct.
the LinkedIn is the best place. So for example, you talked about bookkeeping, which is a booming service in the UAE. So if we get to know the stuff about the bookkeeping that's really required to the customers, and if we can just understand the process and show them through our writing that we know the thing, so you can trust on us and give it to us. So I think that will be a good way to go.
So again, that's the second question. That's the second step that you're going into. First step is how the customer will come to know that you are
Yes,
practicing.
yes. Okay.
First
Yes.
thing is we are always missing the first step. We are always thinking on the second step. What if the customer will ask me, "Arey, pehle customer ko to aane do." How the customer will come to know that you are doing, and how he will come to know that he has to do meeting with you.
Okay.
The thing
Right.
that you are
Yes.
asking
Yes.
that
Yes.
comes when the
Yes.
customer is interacting with you.
Yes.
But how the
Yes.
customer will interact with you? First of all, the first question is
He
how the
needs to
customer will
come to
interact
me
with you.
first.
Yeah. So how will he come
Like
to?
how, yeah. So sir was saying like how we do in normal practice also. Whenever the customer comes, we get back to them after certain days or something like that way. So you can
That is also
always have
fine.
that
Yes.
approach.
For example, I'll give
Okay.
you one example for this thing. You can then correlate. Again, you might be watching YouTube videos. You might be seeing all the. Again, you might have attended some sort of seminars, webinars related to the UAE corporate tax as well. There is a ICAI Dubai chapter website also. You can go to that website and you can watch the sessions. Let's assume that you attended one session over there of 1 hour. Now, if I would have been at your place, what I would have done, I have a network in India. Which network I do have? I have the network in WhatsApp, groups, contacts, status, WhatsApp status. Many other people are nowadays watching status as well on regular basis. Instagram is there, LinkedIn is there, Facebook is there. What I will do, I'll just throw an educational information.
Okay.
Whatever I have heard, be it before half an hour
Yes.
also,
Yes.
if I
Yes.
feel there is one
Yes.
statement which I can mention on my profile or I can update to my network, existing network. Why I'm talking about the existing network, I'll come on that part also because many of you are still thinking from the UAE point of view. Okay. First, let me clear you one point. UAE companies, I gave you a hint that 90% are coming from outside India, outside UAE, sorry.
Yes.
UAE companies, who is the owner of that UAE company? Which nationality is the owner of that UAE company? 90% are out from outside India. Guys, you can put in the chat box as well. Who is the main authority? Who is the main owner of that UAE company? Pan World, UAE National. I have Sunil Shetty ji. UAE National is not the okay. 10% are UAE local Emirates. What about 90% who are there? Indian. Virag is correctly saying Indian. Globe Pan World. Rakesh Gulati was actually right. Rakesh Gulati was also right. Right. So the main owner of that company, the UBO, the ultimate beneficial owner of that company, the shareholders of the company are either Indians, Asians, US people, anyone who is coming to set up their base in UAE, right? But these guys are not local people. These guys are from different countries, correct? Now the second question comes: where this fellow sits? I'm not talking about the UAE company. I'm talking about the shareholder of the company. I'm talking about the decision maker of the company. Where this fellow is sitting? The same
Sitting in
guy,
India.
he is sitting in again Pawan
He's
across world.
probably
And
setting up
outside
his.
UAE, that is the answer coming. Is their native place?
Yes.
Outside UAE in the native place. That's why, for example, I have a customer from Ahmedabad who has just visited Jitex and he felt that I have met many of the suppliers or dealers over there in the event, and I am now getting the feeling that I should start my company in UAE so that I can show the virtual presence over there that I have a company in UAE. But that fellow is sitting where? He's sitting in Ahmedabad. He's sitting in India, right? So he's not sitting in UAE. He's sitting in Ahmedabad. So he's sitting just nearby you in your city. So where should be your first network? Which should be your first network to be targeted? Should you target the UAE people over there, or should you target the Indian people?
Indian people.
Local network.
Localite.
Local network.
Manna ji, that's where people do the mistake. I told you on the first instant, some of the firms have already taken the license over there, thinking that they will be approaching the UAE customers, but they fail to understand that these guys are sitting in India only, or any of their local countries, home country, native country. And then they realize that this is the thing that we have to do. They are still not able to get it. Probably if they would have attended any sessions, they would have definitely now got the idea. But so India, right? Not only India, wherever you have the network, it depends on your network. Of course, being an Indian, we definitely have a Indian network. Be it be our relatives, be it be our existing customers, be it be your CA colleagues, right? So it can be anyone in India. So India is a very comfortable network for you to start with, right?
Right.
Then second question comes now. For example, there is a customer in Ahmedabad, sitting in Ahmedabad. Again, the same guy who felt that he should start his business in Dubai. To whom that fellow would approach? Think from the customer's mind. To whom he would approach?
He will approach someone who he knows, and also doing the UAE work. So I will
His local CA, Indian CA. Yes, of course. The first answer is
वो CA को ही अप्रोच करेगा, आप करते हो
correct.
या आपका कोई कनेक्ट में है जो ये काम करता है.
He will approach
synergy create हो सकती है.
Correct. He will approach chartered accountants. He will approach company secretaries.
Correct.
He will approach his banker, might be.
Correct.
He may approach local UAE firms as well. Correct. अब पहला चैनल आ जाता है CA and CS and all these consultants. तो पहला आपका टारगेट क्या होना चाहिए?
मेरे सर्कल के जो सीए है उनको पता होना चाहिए कि मैं तो यूएई का काम असाइनमेंट पे कर रहा हूँ या करना चाहता हूँ, either way.
So whichever customers, whoever will be approaching them and trying to take the suggestion from them, they will come to you only.
Correct.
Okay, one of my customer is looking to set up their base in UAE. पहला तो ये हो गया कि B2B.
B2B.
Right. Of course, आपका existing जो network है, आपका customer base है, again they will also come to you. Once you will start updating them that you are practicing in Dubai, तो वो भी आपके पास आएंगे and they will try to take the suggestion. Second, think from the second point जो मैडम ने भी बोला था. Second, अब ये तो हो गया कि Indian CA, Indian CS. इसके अलावा किसको अप्रोच करेगा वो? There are multiple sources where you would try to get the information from. Try to post in the chat. Indian CA, Indian CS को तो approach करेगा. What next? To whom that particular fellow will approach? Akash is correct. Internet. Internet means searching on internet, searching on browsers like Google or
LinkedIn.
Bing.
अपना फेवरेट सबसे पहले LinkedIn पे जाएगा, प्रोफेशनल जाना है तो.
नहीं, बिजनेसमैन जनरली LinkedIn पे नहीं जाते.
हाँ, नॉर्मल मैन तो इंस्टाग्राम पे जाएगा या फेसबुक.
Normal man, what normal customer will do? He will try to search on Google. He will
Google
try to
पे
ask.
डायरेक्ट टाइप करेगा.
He will ask. He will try to ask ChatGPT.
अबे ChatGPT now ChatGPT.
Yeah, he will try to go to YouTube. वो ChatGPT में भी जाएगा तो ChatGPT को भी वो भी पूछने वाला कि I want to have thorough knowledge. Can you suggest me the YouTube video? तो वो वीडियो पे जाएगा. Again, ChatGPT भी उसको वीडियो बताएगा या तो उसको कोई लिंक देगा to go with this particular details. तो अब आपका दूसरा प्रेजेंस कहाँ होना चाहिए? If you are looking to get the customers directly, ये तो हो गया आपका B2B में, that you will be approaching chartered accountants, company secretaries. आपके CACS नेटवर्क को पता होना चाहिए कि that you are doing the UAE practice. सेकंड, अब कस्टमर डायरेक्टली चाहिए तो कैसा आएगा? You will have to create your website. वहाँ पे आपको अपना पोस्ट blog बनाना पड़ेगा. You'll have to keep posting content on your website, on your LinkedIn, on YouTube videos. I mean, probably on YouTube as well, on Instagram as well. And you'll have to optimize your profile on Google so that Google can understand कि आप UAE में प्रैक्टिस करते हो, तो whenever any customer is searching, तो उसको आपका वेबसाइट पे दिखाना है, on the first page, on second page, whatever. ये सब चीजें थोड़ी और टेक्निकल है. It's not easy. It's not very much. I mean, it's not that much easy the way I'm talking to you. किसी का वेबसाइट फर्स्ट पेज पे लेके आना ऑन द गूगल कि कोई अगर कस्टमर सर्च कर रहा है एंड माय प्रोफाइल शुड कम ऑन द फर्स्ट पेज, वो काफी हार्ड है बिकॉज देयर आर लॉट ऑफ पीपल along with me who are trying to do such kind of things. तो वो आपको एल्गोरिथम समझने पड़ते हैं. ईच एंड एवरी प्लेटफॉर्म दैट आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट, लिंक्डइन, हम लोग लिंक्डइन सोचते हैं. लिंक्डइन अगेन इट्स अ काइंड ऑफ थरो नॉलेज दैट यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड द लिंक्डइन एल्गोरिथम्स. वहाँ पे आपको फॉलोअर्स बेस बनाना है, तो फॉलोअर बेस कैसा बनाना है, यू विल हैव टू थिंक ऑन ऑल द थिंग्स. इट्स नॉट दैट मच कि भाई आपने खाली जाके पोस्ट कर लिया. अरे पोस्ट तो कर लोगे, लेकिन पोस्ट देखने वाला कौन है वो भी तो आपको पता होना चाहिए ना कि पोस्ट किसको दिखानी है आपको.
करेक्ट.
यू शुड बी इन योर नेटवर्क इन लिंक्डइन. तो वो चीजें आपको इट्स अ काइंड ऑफ थिंग कि आई जनरली सजेस्ट मेंबर्स कि आप एटलीस्ट एक प्लेटफॉर्म पे अपना मास्टरी कर लो. देयर आर लॉट ऑफ यूट्यूब वीडियोस एंड ऑल दैट स्टफ. आप थोड़ा थोड़ा करके देखना चालू करोगे, सेशंस अटेंड करना चालू करोगे कोई भी लिंक्डइन से रिलेटेड. यहाँ इफ यू फील कि इंस्टाग्राम इज योर फोटे कि जहाँ पे आप अच्छी तरह से यू कैन अपडेट योर you can increase your followers on Instagram instead of LinkedIn. Try to be expert in one of the platforms. थोड़ा knowledge ले लो and then start approaching in the social media links as well.
आपके हिसाब से कपिल, अभी which are the sectors which are growing in मतलब approach like real estate, fintech, e-commerce, health, education? So new firm should approach to which kind of people there?
See, to be very honest, we never focus on the industry
sector,
particularly for the UAE. I have personally never focused on any of the industries. I have not targeted any.
Okay. और you need a Arabic language आनी चाहिए. वहाँ लोकल पार्टनरशिप में कैसे हम लोग उनका ट्रस्ट लेने के लिए, या कोई मैंडेट हमें फ्रॉम UAE बेस्ड क्लाइंट से कोई मैंडेट लेना पड़ता है क्या?
Right. I'll come to that point also. दो क्वेश्चंस. अभी मुझे पहले ये बताइए.
Yeah, this is BL Chakravarti. I'm from Delhi. Okay, so I just want to know what type of opportunities is available in UAE. Actually, you are talking about social marketing and social media. That is a very good suggestion. But my point is that our fellow associate must be thinking for what type of opportunity is there? Is there a taxation opportunity or bookkeeping opportunity?
If I'm
वो
not
शायद
wrong,
लेट ज्वाइन हुए होंगे, तो ये तो सब
किस तरीके का एक्सपोजर है? क्योंकि अभी जैसे दुबई में टैक्सेशन तो वगैरह मेरे ख्याल से कॉर्पोरेट टैक्स नया आया है. अर्लियर 4 to 5 ईयर वेट आया था वहां पर. तो इंडिया जैसा कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी तो वहां नहीं है जहां तक मेरी समझ है. ठीक है ना? तो किस तरीके की अपॉर्चुनिटी है, मतलब जो, और क्या प्रोसेस है वहां पर मतलब प्रैक्टिस स्टार्ट करने के लिए? हाउ मच कॉस्ट? लेट मी कंप्लीट सर. हाउ मच कॉस्ट टू सेट अप an office in Dubai? Because you are thinking that somebody is sitting in Ahmedabad, that's okay. But some people who want to settle office in Dubai, what is the process for that? Because we are chartered accountant, we are aware about each and every how to do accounting, how to do everything. मतलब those who are the seasoned chartered accountant, they are aware about everything. But the problem, what I am not aware and what most of the friends are not aware, then how to settle an office in Dubai, how to practice an office in Dubai, how to get a license in Dubai, what is the cost?
सर BL सर, आप जो बोल रहे हो ना, वो हमारी चर्चा का भी नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन वही आने वाला था कि what are the process, what are the documents.
हाँ, so we are going line by line. So
हमने पहले क्या टोन सेट किया कि क्या एक इंडियन सीए वहां पे कर सकता है, तो इन्होंने बोला या अपॉर्चुनिटीज आर
नहीं,
लॉट।
that I am
ये
aware that
फैक्टर्स बताए
that I am aware that Indian
कि
chartered
we have to
accountant can
have a
practice in
line
Dubai.
by
हाँ,
line। आपने हमारे
उन्होंने डिफरेंट सेक्टर्स
दिए।
भी बताए, डिफरेंट सेक्टर्स भी बताए उन्होंने। अभी
हाँ।
वही आ रहा है नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन।
नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन
Actually,
ही हमारा होगा कि
yes,
हमें अगर प्रैक्टिकल टिप मिलेगी कि कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग क्या है, वीजा प्रोसेस क्या है, अंडरलाइनिंग क्लाइंट अंडरस्टैंड क्लाइंट एक्सपेक्टेशन क्या है, कि व्हाट आर द
नहीं,
इनिशियल चैलेंज। अगर मैं
I must agree with Mr. Kapil। एक उनका बहुत अच्छा पॉइंट था that if you are sitting in Ahmedabad, तो आप किस नेटवर्क को कनेक्ट करेंगे? You will connect to local people. So if you want to practice in Dubai, you have to go in Dubai, meet the people in Dubai, and then you will get your network in Dubai. So that is the correct strategy. I am totally agree with Kapil ji.
करेक्ट करेक्ट, थैंक यू सर, थैंक
तो
यू।
ओवर टू कपिल सर।
या सो अब पहला क्वेश्चन ये आ जाता है, practicing in UAE। अब मुझे एक चीज बताइए, give me one answer to the question, will you be comfortable in doing transactions or getting the customer from the first time itself, who is coming there to set up their base and then he is looking after all the services to be taken care by you, or you will be targeting the existing customers in UAE who already have the consultants, because generally without consultant nobody is going over there. That's a very fact. So the people who will you be targeting in UAE, for example, you are saying that you want to go to UAE and you want to start targeting the customers over there. These fellow will already be having any of the consultants, be it with the setup consultant or be it with a chartered accountant or be it with the auditing firm. These guys will already be having any of the consultants. So will you try to put in more efforts, being a starting point? I'm not talking from the established players point of view. Let's very much focus on the first thing, that you are starting your practice now. Will you focus and invest time and money on such kind of network which is already established there and they already have the existing consultants, or will you try to focus on the new customer who is coming with you and he will be doing all the kind of services, whatever the advisory is required to be given from your side, compliances that are required to be done? Will you
In
be
my
comfortable
opinion,
with
we should focus on both.
focus on both? Agree, but who should be your
Initially,
first target?
see, by common sense parallels, initially तो one should go with like the way you said, established firm के साथ network कीजिए, आप एक feel लीजिए, एक आध साल 2 साल में आपका खुद का experience बन जाता है, फिर आपके पास capital भी बन गया है, then you start investing, then you can start your own firm
See,
over
I'll
there,
come
depending
on
on
that
the
part also.
capital bandwidth and the context you
Correct, correct.
generated within that 2 year span.
Vanna ji
हम
is
लोग बोलते
absolutely
हैं ना
correct.
जेस्टेशन पीरियड, कोई भी चीज ऐसे ही चालू किया और स्टार्ट नहीं हो सकता है।
100% correct, ma'am. So Chakravarti ji, आपका जो क्वेश्चन है ना, that is the second step for the established players only. Established players in the sense who already have a good capital set in India and they are looking forward to take the uh, good investment in UAE and they will start from the scratch directly from there only. वो हमारा second step आएगा. वो the person who want to start directly from the second step is always they can do it, but वो भी मैं आपको समझाऊंगा उसके बारे में. We will come to that point also as well. But majority of the people, majority of the chartered accountants or members who have joined today, they want to ideally start from the scratch, because इनिशियली अगर आप सीधा सीधा बोलोगे कि वहाँ पे कंपनी सेटअप करो तो 20 लाख का खर्चा मिनिमम है वहाँ पे. Nobody would try to burn their hands in case they don't have the existing capital. जो ऑलरेडी एस्टेब्लिश प्लेयर्स हैं जिनके पास ऑलरेडी अच्छा खासा रेवेन्यू आ रहा है फ्रॉम एनी ऑफ द सोर्सेज, वो हाथ डाल देंगे. उनको एज अ ब्रांडिंग के साथ डालना हो तो दे कैन डेफिनेटली पुट द हैंड्स इन डायरेक्टली इनटू द setting up their physical office over there, but majority of the members will not be able to do it. Let's be very much frank on that part. वो लोग पहले तो कॉस्ट वाइज पे देखेंगे कि हाउ आई कैन सेव माय कॉस्ट एंड स्टिल गेट द कस्टमर फर्स्ट. मेरे पास कुछ 10
सवाल था
कस्टमर्स आ जाएंगे.
कि वीजा का खर्चा कितना होता है, वो थोड़ी गाइडलाइंस दीजिए.
Yes, yes, I'll come on that part also. So the first thing that we will do is, of course, नया कस्टमर होगा तो हमें इजी हो जाता है कि उसके साथ डीलिंग करना भी इजी हो जाता है, एंड ही विल बी विद अस फॉर द लॉन्ग टाइम बिकॉज वी विल बी द कंसल्टेंट विद फॉर देम, राइट. वो कहीं और दूसरे एग्जिस्टिंग कंसल्टेंट के पास नहीं जाएगा बिकॉज यू हैव गाइडेड देम फ्रॉम द इनिशियल लेवल,
इंसेप्शन स्टेज.
नाउ कमिंग टू द दिस क्वेश्चन कि कितना कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग है, कितना खर्चा होता है. Roughly minimum starting cost is 12,000 AED for opening any of the companies. अगर मैं सिर्फ कंपनी की बात करूँ कि कंपनी का लाइसेंस लेना और मुझे एक वीज़ा लेना है, वीज़ा इज मैंडेटरी टू बी टेकन बिकॉज वहाँ पे बैंक अकाउंट ओपन करने के लिए यू नीड टू हैव अ वीज़ा, रेसिडेंस वीज़ा, नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट द टूरिस्ट वीज़ा। तो अगर एक मुझे कंपनी ओपन करना है, सबसे सस्ता में सस्ता स्टार्टिंग कॉस्ट अगर मैं बात करूँ फ्रॉम द फी जोन्स पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, so it's 12,000 AED, 12,000, 13,000 AED is the minimum cost every year that you have to bear.
And every year, okay.
Yeah.
It's a recurring cost.
It's a recurring cost that you have to keep in mind. Every year there will be a cost of 12,000, 30,000. This is the starting cost. If you will choose different fee zones, there are more than 40 fee zones. जिसका cost किसी का 20,000 dirham भी है, किसी का 40,000 dirham भी है every year.
ठीक है.
Right. So this depends on what type of fee zone you are going with, but initially customers they are very much on that part कि हमें सिर्फ start करना है. We just want to show the customers कि हमारा presence है वहाँ पे. Because majority of the customers का यही क्वेश्चन होता है कि कल हमें उसको कंपनी दिखानी है यूएई की, that we are already present in UAE. कभी भी कोई कस्टमर पूछता है तो it gives the confidence to the customers कि we have the presence in UAE, this is my address, this is my company's name, we have the local UAE bank account. तो उससे सामने वाले कस्टमर को जिसको ये लोग अप्रोच कर रहे हैं, they get the confidence कि this guy is already in UAE and he is having a good knowledge. ठीक है, if you will say them that I am operating from India and I don't have any kind of presence in UAE, the customer will try to not deal with you because उसको ये लगे कल उनसे कुछ भी यहाँ पे यूएई में प्रॉब्लम हुआ तो दिस गाय डजंट हैव एनी काइंड ऑफ प्रेजेंस इन यूएई, तो तब मैं किसको पकड़ूंगा, whom will I ask all these things. So generally this is a question in each and every customer's mind, like it's not it's a normal human tendency, to be very honest, it's a very normal human tendency. आप यूएस की कंपनी अगर यहाँ पे इंडिया में आती है, even these guys also think who is the main person to whom I can connect in India. अगर आप उसको ये बोलोगे कि मैं तो दुबई में बैठा हूँ लेकिन I can help you in India, that US fellow will never come to you for setting up his GCC center or backend office in India because he will feel कि आप तो दुबई में बैठे हो, मेरे को तो इंडिया में काम करवाना है. कल उठ के आप इंडिया में कुछ इशू हुआ, कोई स्ट्रक्चर में या कोई नोटिस आया, तो यू आर सिटिंग इन दुबई, तो वहाँ पे कौन मैनेज करेगा. So it's a normal human tendency. It works at each and every level. It works in each and every case. It's not only happening with Dubai. So presence दिखाना, okay, that's fine. But being an Indian, अगर मैं मेरा सिटी में कोई बंदा है who is looking forward to go there and he's looking forward to set up their base, तो उसने आपको यहाँ पे तो एटलीस्ट मिला हुआ है वो, तो he knows कि you have your office in local city. तो अगर वहाँ पे आपका प्रेजेंस नहीं होगा तो भी वो आपके साथ काम करेगा because he is also going to stay in this same city. Are you getting my point? दुबई में तो चलो उसने एक बार कंपनी खोल दी, लेकिन उसको पता है कि आप तो इधर हो ना, साथ में ही अहमदाबाद में बैठे हो, तो मेरे को कभी इशू होगा तो एटलीस्ट मुझे पता है कि अहमदाबाद में तो बंदा बैठा ही है, दुबई में नहीं है तो क्या हुआ. तो दे नीड सम साइट ऑफ security either in UAE or either in their native country, that you have any kind of presence in any of these countries. Now coming to the cost part, again 12,000, 13,000 is the minimum cost for the license. फिर if you are saying कि नहीं हमें अब physical office भी करना है वहाँ पे, तो in case you say कि I want to have a sitting capacity of 2 to 3 people and you go with a business center, 20,000 to 30,000 is the cost that you have to keep in mind for opening a physical office with 2-3 people sitting capacity. वो आपका cost add होगा हर साल 20-30,000. आई एम टॉकिंग फ्रॉम द पर एनम बेसिस. तो यहाँ पे सस्ते में भी ऑफिस मिलती हैं एंड एट गुड लोकेशन. ऐसा नहीं है कि कोई आपको अलग से रिमोट लोकेशन आपको दे दी जाएगी. इन द हार्ट ऑफ दुबई यू कैन प्लान टू गेट द ऑफिस रेंजिंग फ्रॉम 20,000 to 1 lakh AED. तो कॉस्ट आपके ऊपर है.
रेंट की बात कर रहे हो ना?
रेंट
रेंटेड
तो 20-30,000 आप वो पकड़ के चलो. फिर कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग की बात कर रहे हैं, इफ यू आर सेइंग कि हमें वहाँ पे रहना भी है, तो अगेन यू कैन ऐड 20-30,000. You can stay in Sharjah, because in Sharjah cost of living is less, and you can go to Dubai whenever you have any meeting with your customer. Otherwise आप अपने शारजा में जो घर होगा आप वहाँ से भी काम कर सकते हो. तो वो शारजा का आप फॉर एग्जांपल आप शारजा में नहीं दुबई में ही रहते हो, तो 20-30,000 इज द मिनिमम रेसिडेंस कॉस्ट दैट यू हैव टू बेयर इन माइंड. रेंटल जो हम बोलते हैं, उसके अलावा आपका कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग का खर्चा आएगा, तो कम से कम 20 से 30 लाख का खर्चा है. This is I'm talking from the minimum level, क्योंकि ट्रांसपोर्ट भी होगा, ट्रैवलिंग कॉस्ट भी आएगा, बट दिस इज द कॉस्ट एवरी ईयर दैट यू हैव टू बेयर इन माइंड कि इतना आपका खर्चा तो होना ही है.
तो
फिर
traveling, staying और renting सब मिला के मोटा मोटा 60,000 मिनिमम ईयरली
1 lakh, approximate 1 lakh you can consider.
1 lakh dirham will be the outflow.
Correct. फिर it depends on your lifestyle. You say क्या है,
It's okay.
I want to stay.
We are talking of bare minimum. So एक fair idea आना चाहिए ना कोई इंसान को कि
correct.
बेस एक्सपेंस. और जैसे कि आपने बताया कि वहां पे अगर हम एक कॉर्पोरेट टैक्स का उनका जो रजिस्ट्रेशन लेते हैं तो आपको वहां पे 4 से 6 हजार दिराम का मिलेगा. So the paying capacity is good. Accounts writing में कैसे होगा वहां पे, मतलब how the what you can say the pricing, समझो आउटसोर्सिंग द वे यू सेड कि वहां पे 1 लाख का बीकॉम लगेगा या इंटर सीए भी 1.5 लाख लगेगा, जो कि हमें यहाँ पे वो 70,000 पर मंथ वाला अगर आप उनको प्रोवाइड कर दो तो पूरे 10 क्लाइंट भी लिए तो 7 लाख में आपका हो जाएगा, which you may get in 20 to 30 or how the case may be depending on the structure. So that can be your planning. अब सबसे बड़ा मूड पॉइंट तो सबके दिमाग में वही घूम रहा है कि पहला क्लाइंट कैसे कौन कहाँ से देगा. और अब हमें डूज एंड डोंट इन क्लाइंट रिलेशनशिप, आप ऑलरेडी हो दुबई में तो क्या ध्यान रखना चाहिए लोगों को वो भी. और ये किसी ने अभी जो सवाल पूछा वो भी बड़े सवाल है. विच सॉफ्टवेयर जनरली इन अकाउंट्स दे आर यूजिंग इन दुबई?
Correct. So in accounting, it's Tally is also there because as we being an Indian chartered accountant, Tally से काफी used to हैं. So Tally is there. Tally is one of the software that is being used.
So I'm happy being Tally evangelist.
No, 100%. Tally is very much aggressive in UAE. Tally is there. Zoho is there. QuickBooks is there.
QuickBooks is there.
Baki, there are a lot of different softwares, but accounting software you can use Tally, Zoho, QuickBooks. Some are using Sage as well, जो UK साइड पे चलता है, UK एंड ऑस्ट्रेलिया साइड पे ज्यादा चलता है, US में भी चलता है. So these are the softwares generally that are being used. But having said that, अब पहला क्वेश्चन आ जाता है कि how we will get the first customer. So coming again to that point again, what would you do? आप मुझे बताओ कि how would you get the first customer? मैंने आपको 2 सोर्स बता दिए कि कस्टमर क्या सोचता है, हाउ वुड ही ट्राई टू अप्रोच.
कपिल को बोलना है भाई, कपिल हम आपके साथ जुड़ना चाहते हैं.
नहीं सर, मैम ये ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग होगा तभी तो सबका माइंड खुलेगा ना.
जस्ट ऑन अ लाइटर साइड, ये वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड. अभी देखिए मेरा फ्रेंड है राकेश नेमावत, आई विल नेम हिज नेम.
करेक्ट.
ही ऑलरेडी हैज हिज एस्टैब्लिश्ड फर्म इन यूएई, दुबई में है वो. 4 साल से उसने मुझे बताया, बट आई हैव नेवर थॉट ऑफ हैविंग माय प्रैक्टिस ओवर देयर या वहां से कुछ आउटसोर्स में काम लेना. मैंने कभी सीरियसली सोचा ही नहीं है. सो इट्स लाइक यू आर गिविंग अ डिफरेंट अपॉर्चुनिटी टू पीपल. सो दोस्त हु वांट टू स्टार्ट द करियर नाउ या कहीं से शुरुआत करनी है, तो हमने ये चर्चा भी रखी इसीलिए एक बेसिक आइडिया तो आना चाहिए कि किसको अप्रोच करना है, कैसे अप्रोच करना है, क्या क्या अपॉर्चुनिटीज अवेलेबल है, यू नो बेसिकली.
राइट. So that's the reason ना, because see, we are the best accountants in the world. We know that. ठीक है, वो प्रूव करने की जरूरत नहीं है. बट ये सफिशिएंट नहीं है ना, टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट. अगर ये सफिशिएंट होता तो सब लोग यूएस की प्रैक्टिस नहीं कर रहे होते.
करेक्ट.
आप यूए की बात ही छोड़ दो, यूके का है, यूएस का है. अगर सब इतने अच्छे हैं, even the world knows about this thing, why aren't we going, why each and every chartered accountancy firm is not able to do the work in US? Simple reason is we don't have the network. We don't know how to create the network. We don't know how to approach. सबसे बड़ा दिक्कत यहाँ पे. And people take it very lightly कि भाई सोशल मीडिया में करना है तो सोशल मीडिया is very simple to do. Social media is never simple thing to do if you are considering from the business point of view. अगर इतना इजी होता तो इन्फ्लुएंसर्स सब इन्फ्लुएंसर बन के बैठ गए होते अभी तक. तो
सवाल ही नहीं उठता है. One have to be
सब यूट्यूब से कमा रहे होते.
सीरियस होना चाहिए और कंसिस्टेंट होना चाहिए, दो चीज बहुत जरूरी है.
ईच एंड एवरी प्लेटफॉर्म जो मैं अभी बात कर रहा हूँ, सी आज का जो चाय पे चर्चा सेशन है जो वंदना जी ने रखा हुआ है, इट्स आइडियली फॉर द मेंबर्स बेनिफिट. मैं तो बोल के चला भी जाऊंगा, बट यू गाइस हैव टू टेक आउट कि आपको क्या क्या समझना है मुझसे. नॉलेज तो आपको ऐसे ही मिल जाएगा. सी डोंट गो ऑन द एकेडमिक्स पार्ट. आईसीआई इज वेरी गुड इन दैट पार्ट, स्पेशली फॉर यूएई साइड. आई मस्ट से कि ICAI जो कोर्स ऑफर कर रहा है कॉर्पोरेट टैक्स का कोर्स, आई जस्ट ड्यूरिंग लास्ट 2 months आई सॉ दैट इट्स हार्डली 7500. आप यहाँ पे आओ, PwC वाले दे आर चार्जिंग 1,50,000, एंड दैट टू दे आर नॉट गिविंग द इन डेप्थ नॉलेज जो ICAI दे रहा है. तो एकेडमिक्स पॉइंट से आप डोंट गेट स्ट्रक फ्रॉम द एकेडमिक्स पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू कि ये कैसे नॉलेज मिलेगा, इसका मुझे वो सीखना है तो कैसे सीख पाएंगे. अरे ये सब चीजें आपकी हो जाएंगी. ओके, लेट मी गिव यू एन एग्जांपल ऑफ US. मैं आपको बहुत सिंपल, आपको उसमें समझ में आ जाएगा कि व्हाई आई एम सेइंग कि ये सब चीजें हो जाएंगी. व्हेन वी स्टार्टेड, हमारे मेरे माय ब्रदर इज अ CPA. I entered into the UAE practice in 2022. Very few people know about this thing. But CPA का लाइसेंस we had since 2014. US CPA की बात कर रहा हूँ. वो डिग्री कभी कुछ काम ही नहीं की है. वो भाई साहब US होके आ गया, एग्जाम दे के आ गया. तो उसको मैंने 2023 में पूछा. 2022 में तो I started understanding the market. I started creating a brand value for our firm Talreja and Talreja, which now is like very much sufficient enough, जिसका जैसे बाय डिफॉल्ट ऑटोमेटिक इंक्वायरीज आ रही है. बट इन 2023 और 2024 बिगनिंग, आई आस्क्ड हिम वन क्वेश्चन कि यार डिग्री तो लेके रखी है, उसका फायदा क्या फिर? इफ यू आर हैविंग अ डिग्री एंड यू आर नॉट एबल टू एनकैश इट, उसका कोई मतलब नहीं है. ये मेरे दिमाग में तो यही चलता है कि आप इतना टाइम दे रहे हो कोई भी कोर्स करने के लिए और उसका फिर यूटिलाइजेशन नहीं करो, इट्स हार्डली अ वेस्ट ऑफ टाइम एंड मनी बोथ. मनी तो ठीक है, बात की बात है, मैं आप पैसा तो कमा भी लोगे. टाइम क्यों वेस्ट कर रहे हो? इतनी जिंदगी थोड़ी ना हमारी कि हम लोग सिर्फ खाली कोर्स सीखते रहे हैं, बट उसका कुछ काम कर ही नहीं रहे हम लोग. देन द सेम नेटवर्क विच वी क्रिएटेड फॉर UAE, वी स्टार्टेड इंटीमेटिंग इन दैट पर्टिकुलर नेटवर्क. कैसे नेटवर्क में इंटीमेट किया? व्हाट्सअप, काफी लोग एक्टिव हैं. मेजोरिटी ऑफ द इंडियन पीपल आर व्हाट्सअप पे सब लोग एक्टिव हैं, चाहे भले वो ग्रुप्स हो कुछ भी हो. माई स्पेशलाइजेशन इज व्हाट्सअप, क्योंकि मैं 2012 से आई मीन वर्किंग ऑन व्हाट्सअप एल्गोरिथम्स. तो मुझे पता है कि व्हाट्सअप कैसे काम करता है. आज की तारीख में मुझे काफी सारे मेंबर्स आके पूछते हैं कि भाई आप API यूज किए बिना इतने सारे लोगों को कैसे मैसेज भेज देते हो? आई एम नॉट यूजिंग API में 1 रुपया लगता है. अगर इफ आई एम यूजिंग द API पर मैसेज, इफ आई एम सेंडिंग टू न्यू कस्टमर एवरी डे, एक कस्टमर को या एक पर्सन को मैसेज सेंड करने का 1 रुपये का चार्ज है उसका. विदाउट डूइंग दैट पर्टिकुलर थिंग एवरी डे मैं 1000 लोगों को मैसेज भेजता हूँ थ्रू व्हाट्सअप फ्रॉम द सेम. एक सिंगल नंबर है हमारे पास, यहाँ 2-3 नंबर्स हैं, बट आई एम एबल टू कैच द व्हाट्सअप एल्गोरिथम्स. ये सब मास्टरी है, ये इट टेक्स टाइम. सिर्फ ऐसा नहीं कि हम लोग एकेडमिक्स में हैं तो उसके हिसाब से. नेटवर्क इज ऑलवेज अ काइंड ऑफ थिंग दैट यू शुड वर्क ऑन. अब US के लिए हम लोगों ने क्या करना चालू किया? US के लिए वी स्टार्टेड इन्फॉर्मिंग टू द चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स. मैं आपको चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स की बता देता हूँ. वी हैव लॉट ऑफ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स ग्रुप. एक हमारे CA हैं भाई साहब, उनका दुबई का कुछ काम आया होता. at that time we discussed in detail that what you are doing. He told me that I'm practicing in US. मैं बैठता इंडिया में ही हूँ, एंड बट मुझे सारा नॉलेज है, ही इज वेरी सुपर इन दैट पर्टिकुलर फील्ड. तो धीरे धीरे आई गॉट टू अंडरस्टैंड कि यार ठीक है कि अब CPA की डिग्री लिया हुआ है तो उसको यूज तो करना है. देन वी स्टार्टेड इंटरेक्टिंग विद द कस्टमर. वी स्टार्टेड शेयरिंग द इंफॉर्मेशन ऑन द ग्रुप. व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप से हम लोगों ने इंफॉर्मेशन शेयर करना चालू किया. एनी टॉपिक US से रिलेटेड, ये आपका ड्यू डेट है, दिस यू हैव टू गेट इट फाइल्ड विद इन दिस टाइम. 1120 फॉर्म जो जो आप कर रहे हैं, वी आर वेरी मच अवेयर अबाउट दिस US रिलेटेड फॉर्म्स. 1120 है, 1040 है. who are very much into the US practice, यहाँ नहीं भी पता होगा, थोड़ा भी पता होगा, तो they would be understanding कि मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ. We started intimating in the groups. तो वहां से मुझे लीड्स मिलना चालू हुई. People started asking, are you practicing in US? तो मैंने बोला हाँ हम लोग कर रहे हैं. उनको क्या लेना देना कि मैं पीछे किससे काम करवा रहा हूँ. This is the initial level I'm talking about. Then we started getting work for the incorporations. We started getting the work for audit as well. Audit वहाँ पे mandatory नहीं है in US, बट स्टिल आज हमारा ज्यादातर रेवेन्यू ऑडिट से आ रहा है US के अंदर से. बट वो चीजें कैसे होते हैं, आप जैसे अंदर घुसते हो ना, आप धीरे धीरे काम लेना स्टार्ट करते हो. यू ट्राई टू मीट न्यू पीपल. तब आपको पता चलता है कि अच्छा इसमें ये भी है, इसमें ये भी है। एंड नाउ दैट फेलो जिससे हम लोगों ने काम स्टार्ट किया था, अल्टीमेटली इन द बिगनिंग वी स्टार्टेड एज अ काइंड ऑफ डील, लॉन्ग टर्म कोलैबोरेशन के हिसाब से, कि भाई मेरे पास काम आएगा, यू विल डू इट इन द बैक एंड। आई एम टेलिंग ऑल द थिंग्स ब्लंटली, आप जो, बिकॉज ये आपको सीखने के लिए है। यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि हम एक माइंडसेट पे स्टक नहीं रह सकते। इफ यू हैव अ ट्रस्टेड पार्टनर जिसके साथ आप काम शेयर कर सकते हो, क्लाइंट शेयर कर सकते हो, डू इट, आपको भी सीखने को मिलेगा। नाउ आई नो अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स ऑफ यूएस बिकॉज दैट बिकॉज दैट फेलो हैव टेकन हिम एज अ पार्टनर इन माय फर्म। अब उसको हम लोगों ने पार्टनर ही बना दिया है, ही इज अ शेयर होल्डर इन आवर कंपनी। तो जितना भी काम आता है यूएस से, वी हैव स्टार्टेड शेयरिंग द रेवेन्यू विथ हिम, बट एट द सेम टाइम आई डू हैव द नॉलेज नाउ। ये 2 साल के अंदर मुझे यूएस का काफी सारा नॉलेज आ चुका है। अब मैं कस्टमर को डायरेक्टली रिप्रेजेंट करता हूँ, पहले वो कस्टमर को रिप्रेजेंट करता था अलॉन्ग विथ मी। तो मैं समझता था कि भाई क्या क्या होता है वहाँ पे। आई स्टार्टेड नोटिंग इट डाउन कि भाई क्या होता है, किस तरह से होता है। देन नाउ आई एम द फ्रंट फेस। जब भी कोई यूएस का काम आता है तो मैं ही बात करता हूँ, यूए के लिए भी मैं ही बात करता हूँ, यूएस के लिए भी मैं ही बात करता हूँ पहले। फिर पीछे जब एग्जीक्यूशन की बात आती है तो दैट पर्टिकुलर टीम कम्स इनटू द पिक्चर। तो यू डोंट नीड टू स्टक एनीवेयर, आप नेटवर्क बनाते जाओ, काम अपने आप पीछे हो जाएगा। अब इसमें तो हम लोगों ने चलो उसको पार्टनर बना दिया, ये तो हमारा मेंटेलिटी है कि हम लोगों ने उसको पार्टनर बना दिया, बिकॉज वी डोंट वांटेड टू वेस्ट टाइम मोर ऑन द लर्निंग पार्ट के भाई और सीखना है सीखना है सीखना है। अरे भाई
मेरा
काम
एक
आ रहा है करना
कपिल, सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट, ये जो आपने
है।
पार्टनर बनाया ना, उससे मुझे ये लगा एक तो कंपटीशन थोड़ी खत्म भी कर दी आपने, वो आपके साथ ही जुड़ गया, कंपटीशन थोड़ी कम हो गई, कोलैबोरेशन हो गया। See, we will have to understand, rather than competing with each other, let's collaborate and start working together.
कोलैबोरेशन, 100%
That's more
कोलैबोरेशन इज वन ऑफ
important.
द गुड
हमें
थिंग।
वो समझना चाहिए कि
आज की
10
तारीख में
लोग इंडिविजुअली घूमेंगे, उससे अच्छा 10 लोग साथ में जुड़ के एक नया
साथ में काम करो ना।
काम कर सकते हैं। That's what I feel.
आज की तारीख में आई एम सॉरी टू से, लेकिन अभी भी सीए फर्म्स के अंदर 70% आर द प्रोप्राइटरशिप फर्म्स। क्यों रख के बैठे हैं मुझे नहीं समझ में आता है कि सब अपने ऊपर लोड क्यों लेना है। आई एम स्टिल नॉट एबल टू गेट इट कि भाई लोगों को अपने ऊपर सिर्फ नाम क्यों चाहिए। व्हाई डोंट यू वांट टू गिव एन अपॉर्चुनिटी टू योर पार्टनर्स एज वेल, डू द पार्टनरशिप एंड हैव अ बिगर नेम, हैव अ बिग ब्रांड, इंस्टेड ऑफ अकेले अकेले काम करने से अच्छा कल उठ के आप बीमार पड़ गए, टच वुड, कुछ ऐसा होता नहीं है, लेकिन कल
Yes,
आप नहीं रहे,
you are
आप
absolutely right.
अवेलेबल नहीं हो इन
हाँ,
ऑफिस ड्यू टू एनी हेल्थ इश्यूज, हु विल हैंडल द वर्क?
काम अटक जाएगा और क्या। So people need to learn now succession planning. They need to collaborate. I think that's a need of our
100% there's a need of educating members for this thing.
That's very important. आई तो डे वन से, मेरा 2011-12 से मैंने फीमेल नेटवर्क स्टार्ट किया था।
अच्छा, ये
Please
आपने
start
सक्सेशन
networking.
प्लानिंग की बात किया
उसको
ना,
14 इयर्स हो गया, हम लोग तभी से लोगों को बताया। तो काफी सारे लोग ने, अभी मेरे यंग सीएस आर मच इंटेलिजेंट, वो 4 लोग
करेक्ट करेक्ट
मिलकर
करेक्ट।
साथ में निकल के पार्टनरशिप चालू कर देते हैं।
सक्सेशन प्लानिंग की अभी बात निकली है, सो आई विल जस्ट ऐड वन मोर वैल्यू एडेड थिंग particularly to the US, even though our topic is on UAE. CPAs in US are having an average age of more than 50 now, और नीचे उनका कोई सक्सेशन में है ही नहीं। अब क्या हो रहा है मैं आपको बताता हूँ। इंडियन फर्म्स आर बाइंग आउट द सीपीए प्रैक्टिस। जिनको नहीं पता वो नोट करके लिख लो। अगर आप ये मार्केट में नए आ रहे हो इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे, यू वुड बी हैप्पी टू अंडरस्टैंड कि इंडियन फर्म्स आर वेरी मच एग्रेसिव इन बाइंग आउट द सीपीए प्रैक्टिस ओवर देयर, बिकॉज उनका कोई वहां पे पीछे है ही नहीं। तो इवन दे आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि भाई अब पीछे यंग जनरेशन इज नॉट प्रिफरिंग अकाउंटिंग जॉब ओवर देयर इन यूएस। दिस इज द फैक्ट। जो यंग जनरेशन वहाँ पे आ रही है, दे आर नॉट परसुइंग सीपीए, दे आर नॉट गोइंग इनटू द अकाउंटिंग फील्ड। तो वहाँ पे देयर इज अ हैवी शॉर्टेज ऑफ अकाउंटेंट्स इन यूएस। तो इंडियन फर्म्स हैव स्टार्टेड बाइंग द प्रैक्टिस बिकॉज सीपीए फर्म्स वहाँ पे जो है वो सक्सेशन प्लानिंग में फेल हुई, तो उनको अब छोड़ना पड़ रहा है, बिकॉज अभी इतना सारा कस्टमर बेस बना के रखा है। आप अगर आप चले गए तो वो पर खत्म हो गया, कहानी खत्म हो गई। इंस्टेड बेटर दे आर थिंकिंग कि भाई अब सेल कर देते हैं एंड let the things
royalty comes
go on.
Royalty comes and the clients go,
Royalty, yes.
and at least clients are happy that you have moved my work to a genuinely the client who is capable enough to serve them.
Correct, correct, correct.
Client will
And
be also happy
investors
ना,
point of view, I will
आपका एक ब्रांड छोड़ के जा रहे हो ना, कि this guy took care of me, वो सडनली वो चला जाता था, और मेरे को किसी के भरोसे पे आज मैं सोचूं कि एक आईटीपी होगा या एक सीए होगा, उसके पास 100+ कस्टमर्स है और अचानक उसको कुछ हो जाता है, तो उसका फिर तो उसके क्लाइंट कहाँ जाएंगे? तो देयर हैज टू बी सम प्लानिंग, ये अच्छा
100%.
क्वेश्चन पूछा है।
Now we are not
अभी
facing,
कैसे
we are
सीए
not
का
focusing on
प्रैक्टिस
that part.
मैनेजर चाहते हैं? हमारे पास ऑलरेडी एक बायर है।
नहीं, you,
Rakesh Gulati has also asked that whether there is a co-working system, available in Dubai, UAE,
yeah. Co-working
UAE
space is
and all that.
available, 100% available.
जैसे
You can
And
have a
there was
co-working
one more,
space, you can have a chat desk.
yeah, there was one more, question that how will we do licensing with the banker first prior to approaching them for our client's account opening? Whenever you had, given that
You
advice for
just,
this banker
yeah,
thing.
okay.
So someone is
So see,
asking that how we need to, how we can, licensing with that banker first prior to the approaching our client account opening.
no, see, this is what I explained you, in case you don't have any knowledge. If you have the customer, first bring the customer. This is the first thing that you have to do. By having your limited knowledge, like we had in US, by having your limited knowledge, try to get the customer. Customer don't know that you are not aware about all the things. Does the customer know?
Okay.
No. You have your backend team first. You know that there are a lot of people who are working in US, UAE, and all that stuff. Try to collaborate with them first for certain time period. I'm not talking to get in partnership with them compulsory like we did in US. But thode time play, you can discuss the customers' cases with them. Allow that firm to get in direct touch with the customer. You stay in that particular meeting, try to understand whatever the questions are being asked by the customer and how the professionals are answering to it. Once you are clear on first transaction, then you can directly approach to the customer. There's no need to contact to that particular fellow consultant with whom you worked earlier. Once you have got the confidence that okay, this is the process wherein we have to work. After that, you are not
Okay.
supposed to share any other customer with him. Only and only if you face any difficulties, then only you can try to connect with that consultant. You can pay that particular consultant for that particular service. Till the time you are not able to do it by your own, and definitely you will be able to do it by your own, because for setting up a company as well, for doing corporate tax registrations related work, for doing any kind of audit related work, there's no physical presence required. If your network is comfortable that you are operating from from India, there is no problem in doing it. For setting up the company also, there is no physical presence required. Let's be very much clear on that part. Only and only when you have to take the visa or your customer has to take the visa, that part is also taken care by the authorities. That whenever the customer will be coming over there, if you ask the authority to manage all the things so that customer doesn't face any kind of difficulties by staying over there physically, even authorities will help you in that case. So there is no need to go over there. You can just sit here and apply for the company registration for the customer. Only in mainland kind of see from freezone point of view, there is no such requirement. All the things can be managed offline. I mean, all the things can be managed remotely. Only during the case of mainland, when any customer is going with the mainland authority to apply, from in that case, from day one, customer has to remain present over there to start the process. And that customer should have the physical office in case he is going with the mainland license. For free zones, it's a very flexible thing. You don't need to have a physical office. You don't need to remain present over there. You can apply for the license by sitting in India also. There's no problem in that case. But for only for the mainland kind of customers who are looking to set up their retail store over there, some of the customers might be looking to open a retail chains, malls, or they might be looking forward for any kind of going with the
General
government
stores.
sector, general
Yeah.
stores. Yeah. So these guys have to open the company in mainland. Rest for the traders, for the service oriented people, there's no such kind of thing that you have to open physical office in UAE. You can, if you are a merchant trader in India, like merchant traders, they face difficulties from RBI point of view. For example, if I have any supplier from China and I have to directly ship the items from China to US to my customer directly, I don't want to bring the items in India and then export to US. This is called as merchant trading, high sea sales. So for doing high sea sales, RBI is very much on stricter note, and there are high restrictions on doing the merchant trading. Dubai doesn't have such kind of restrictions. So businesses generally prefer to have their base in UAE in case they are into the merchant trading, in case they are the e-commerce sellers, e-commerce websites who are having a delivery at different locations outside India. These people prefer to have their presence in UAE because in UAE there is no restrictions on doing the merchant trading. Second, UAE and USD have the deal in the currency. They have a fixed ratio going on. Unlike India, wherein we see every day fluctuation going on, rupees sometimes down, rupees going appreciating and depreciating on regular basis. This is not the case with UAE. This is the second benefit due to which customers are going over there. There's a fixed ratio. 1 USD equals to 3.67 AED. So let's say if I have any customer or businessman who is having the revenue coming from outside India, and again at the same time he's also having some payments to be remitted outside India, right? So for doing the remittance outside India again and again, they'll have to contact to the Indian bankers, and it generally takes some time. It also includes cost as well in remitting the payments outside India each and every time. So what these guys do, they create an entity over there in UAE, and whatever funds are going to come outside India, they will take the funds in that UAE entity, and whatever payments are to be done outside India to any of the suppliers, they will do it from that particular entity only, so that they don't face any kind of restrictions, or they don't need to waste time on remitting funds. It's a very simple thing that you have to just go to net banking and make the payment in UAE. Third, for confidentiality purpose as well, import export. Lot of people are facing, lot of dealers in India nowadays complaining that their data is getting leaked. Customers are able to understand, and customers are able to figure it out from where the item is coming, from which country it is coming, from which company have you brought the item, at what price have you bought the item. All the data is getting leaked in India related to the import and export. So your competitors are able to understand from where you are getting the items. Your competitor is also able to understand where you are exporting the items, who are your customers. So none of the businessmen wants their data to get shared. They don't want their competitors to understand about the pricing, their suppliers, their customers. Even they don't want their customers to know what's the exact price at which the item is getting bought. So nowadays, since last 1 or 2 years, we have seen a lot of companies incorporating company in Dubai, which will act as an intermediary between the supplier and the customers, so that the customer and supplier should not be able to understand, or the competitor should not be able to understand from where exact the item is coming. There will be always a Dubai entity in between, and Dubai entity is governed by you only. So neither the customer nor the supplier will be able, or nor the competitor will be able to understand from where the items are getting transacted and at what price. It will be controlled by you by keeping a Dubai entity in between. Then there are a lot of tax benefits as well. People who are incorporating company in UAE, so they have a corporate tax benefit up to 375,000 AED profit. That is somewhere around 85 lakhs profit. There is no tax, there is no corporate tax, but still you have to file the return. You have to compulsory file the return. Above that profit limit, if you are going, then on the differential profit you have to pay 9% tax. But 9% is also the lowest across all the growing economies and the developed economies. So customers are not bothered, or they are very much comfortable in paying the 9% because they're getting the infrastructure as well over there. So they don't compare between the taxes nowadays, because by paying 9% also, they're getting the good infrastructure, a kind of infrastructure which they don't get in India. They're getting the kind of platform, they're getting the kind of connects which they will never get in India. So they're happy to pay 9% tax. There has been a drastic change in the mentality of Indian people, who are first of all thinking on the tax saving part. Just to save taxes, they used to open the entities in UAE first. Now it has been anyhow controlled by the UAE government, because bank, as I mentioned, that bank opening an account in bank is also very tough nowadays. So anyone coming with that intention to do the money laundering activities and to do the tax evasion related kind of things, they will be caught. If they will not be caught from UAE, they will be caught from the RBI side. RBI started throwing notices to such kind of people who have their entity or who have their presence in UAE, but they're not disclosing anything in India. Your passport is getting shared, so it's very much clear that anytime that data can be shared with the Indian government. So you need to be very much clear that you will have to be very much clear on the structuring part. You cannot try to hide anything. Go with the legal part. There are a lot of options available in the legal way as well. FEMA practice is one of the things that I was talking about. Now, being an I'll give you the differentiator between the local UAE firms and we being an Indian firm and an UAE firm. What expertise and what additional benefit do we have being an Indian chartered accountant? FEMA practice, we are not doing the FEMA practice. I mean, a lot of us, we are not doing the FEMA practice. We are not aware about the A as well of FEMA practice. But I'll just give you an example from the audit point of view. Whenever any customer is going outside India, whenever any Indian resident is opening a company outside India by having more than 10% equity in that particular entity, that particular person, Indian resident or Indian company, whoever will be the shareholder in that UAE company, they have to compulsory comply with the RBI norms. There is a UAN concept, that is a unique investment number concept, that is to be allotted to the UAE entity. You have to inform to your banker that you have incorporated company outside India, and within 30 days you have to take the UAN number. In case you fail to take the UAN number from RBI within 30 days, there is a penalty. There is a late fee of 7,500 that is to be paid by per shareholder. Plus, there is now a recurring penalty on the continuing default that you will be doing. How many of us did we know about this thing? None. Even customers are not aware. Why customers are not aware? Because customer over there is a paid up capital is not required. It's not mandatory to make the capital paid up. So generally, what customers do? Customer go to CA. CA gets him connected with the consultants. That consultant, if he's not aware about the FEMA related norms, he will just open the company of that particular fellow in UAE, and he will ask him. He will tell that particular customer that there's no need to bring in the capital. There's no compulsion to bring the capital. There's no paid up capital required. I agree on that part. There's no paid up capital required in UAE. That's the good benefit that UAE government is giving. But being an Indian resident, that particular fellow has to compulsory make the capital paid up. This is a norm by the RBI. Hardly any customer or chartered accountant who is referring the customer to us, they know about this fact. And 90% of the customers, they fail to comply, and then they start receiving notices from the RBI. So don't you think that's a kind of added advantage being a person from both the categories, practicing in India, practicing in UAE as well? And you can definitely charge them for this thing. Additional charge, advisory charge. These people also want to understand how can I bring profits back to India in coming years. Let's assume I have earned a lot of good amount in next 5 years in UAE. UAE companies having almost like 1 CR, 2 CR profits lying in the surplus. Now I want to encash it and take it back to India. This question you can ask them in the beginning itself, that you will have to start structuring in a way so that you can repatriate funds back to India in future very easily in a tax efficient manner. This is also one of the practices that you can do. From the structuring part, from the FEMA part, from the DTAA point of view, there will be a lot of questions that will be coming to you from the DTAA point of sectoring. So the customer might ask you that if I want to bring it as a dividend, we need to go and check the DTAA, what's the benefit that is being given in the DTAA. If customer is saying that I will be bringing royalty in my Indian company from the UAE company, all these things are require the study from the DTAA. So you can charge them for all these things. Local UAE consultant doesn't have such kind of knowledge. Let me very much be frank on this part. Even though that these are the Indian firms, these might be the Indian firms who are there since last so many years in UAE, these guys doesn't have knowledge about the FEMA. These guys doesn't have the knowledge about the DDAA. These guys doesn't have the knowledge from the FEMA's perspective, from the income tax perspective. In case any customer is looking to repatriate funds back to India, they will just speak from the UAE point of view only. So this is where your added advantage will come into the picture. We generally mention all these things in the mail whenever we put in the proposal. In the first proposal itself, we mention about ourselves, why you should go with us.
राकेश
And when
गुलाटी जी
that
ने
fellow,
2 सवाल पूछे हैं आपके लिए. राकेश गुलाटी
जी,
is asking you question. एक था how to
right,
approach for buying CPA practice in USA, वो आप offline ले सकते हो. But if shares are
correct,
taken
correct.
individual in foreign entity, whether any RBI compliance? If a share
Yes,
is taken
so
by
any individual
individual,
foreign, and if shares are taken by individual in foreign entity, whether, yes, 100% RBI compliance is there. That's what I'm saying. And acha, in this particular sector also, individual, whether you are an individual or a company, incorporating company outside India, all of these people have to submit the audited financials of the foreign entity
okay,
to RBI.
okay.
So right now we were thinking only about from the UAE point of view कि UAE के point of view से corporate tax के हिसाब से audit होगा कि नहीं होगा. तो मैंने तो आपको पहले ही बोल दिया कि भाई UAE को तो छोड़ दो. If you have an Indian resident incorporating company in UAE, उसको by default compulsory audit करवाना ही है, because RBI is mandating it.
Okay.
RBI has specifically mentioned in their norms, every year there is a APR return that is to be filed by the individual or company, Indian individuals or Indian companies who have their base outside India. They have to file the annual performance report in which they have to submit the audited financials of those entities जिसमें ये लोग शेयर होल्डर है.
Okay.
बात तो वहीं पे खत्म हो गई. आपको कॉर्पोरेट टैक्स के हिसाब से ऑडिट करना है कि नहीं करना है,
करना ही
वो
है.
तो बात की बात है. आपको इंडियन गवर्नमेंट ने आपको रेगुलेट कर दिया कि भाई कोई भी कस्टमर है उसको आपको कंपल्सरी ऑडिट करवाना ही है.
हाँ, तो हमें बाहर जाने की जरूरत नहीं. आपने तो और एक अपॉर्चुनिटी दे दी. जिनका दुबई में काम है उनको भी तो इस टाइप का ऑडिट लगेगा ही लगेगा.
यस 100%. ये लोगों को पता ही नहीं है ये सब चीजें.
हाँ, मुझे भी अभी ट्यूबलाइट हुआ, आपने बताया
हाँ,
तभी.
राइट.
सो एंड विच आर, उमंग शाह ने एक सवाल पूछा था, वो भी बढ़िया सवाल है. विच टाइप ऑफ एंटिटी इज मोर एडवाइजेबल टू एन इंडियन क्लाइंट who wants to start business in Dubai? What is your suggestion, whether LLP or LLC?
So over there, generally LLC is formed, and we generally
Okay.
advise all the Indian residents, be it be in UAE or be it be or incorporating company in US, private limited company, that is a limited liability company. Again, the name is quite confusing because in US, वो partnership firm को they tell it as LLC, and in India, and in UAE, LLC means limited liability company. That's a private limited company. By default, the nature of the company is private limited company. So you have to create a private limited company over there, because if you will create a partnership firm or sole proprietorship firm, आपका उसी दिन से आपका RBI के हिसाब से इंडिया में भी आपको टैक्स लग जाए. नॉट RBI बट इनकम टैक्स डिपार्टमेंट के हिसाब से यू हैव टू स्टार्ट पेइंग टैक्सेस इन इंडिया. For example, if I open a sole proprietorship firm in Dubai and I am an Indian resident, तो मेरे को तो भले sole proprietorship ने जितना भी प्रॉफिट कमाया होगा तो मेरे को यहाँ पे इंडिया में from that year itself I'll have to pay taxes. अगर मैं LLC की बात करता हूँ, if I have a private limited company over there, so it's a separate entity. It's a UAE resident company. Even though the shareholders are Indian residents, but both have their separate entities. जैसे इंडिया में कंसेप्ट चलता है कि भाई shareholders and companies both are different. Similarly वहाँ पे भी वही कंसेप्ट है. तो UAE कंपनी तो UAE रेसिडेंट है, तो वहाँ पे जितना आप टैक्स पे करोगे वो यहाँ पे आपको रिफ्लेक्ट नहीं करना है. यू डोंट हैव टू पे एनी टैक्सेस ऑन द प्रॉफिट्स अर्न्ड बाय द UAE कंपनी. हाँ, ये चीज हो सकती है कि जब आप UAE कंपनी से डिविडेंड लेना चालू करोगे या कोई रेम्यूनरेशन अपने अकाउंट में लेना चालू करोगे, एट दैट टाइम व्हेन यू आर टेकिंग इन योर ओन नेम, उस टाइम पे आपका रेसिडेंशियल स्टेटस जो भी होगा ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर अमाउंट दैट यू हैव टेकन फ्रॉम द कंपनी, वो टाइम पे आपको स्ट्रक्चरिंग करना पड़ेगा कि वो टैक्स अपने को इंडिया में पे करना पड़ सकता है डिपेंडिंग ऑन योर रेसिडेंसी स्टेटस. बिकॉज तब आपकी बात आ जाती है. पहले तो UAE कंपनी की बात चल रही थी, तो UAE कंपनी तो कुछ भी करे, वी आर नॉट कंसर्न अबाउट दैट. इंडियन गवर्नमेंट इज नॉट कंसर्न ऑन दैट पार्ट. बट UAE कंपनी ने अगर आपको पे किया तो आप पिक्चर में आ गए, तो आप अगर इंडियन रेसिडेंट हो तो फिर आपको इंडिया में टैक्स पे करना पड़ेगा जितना भी आपको यूएई कंपनी ने पेमेंट दिया है, राइट। तो अब दूसरे पॉइंट पे चलते हैं कि
I think
कस्टमर्स कैसे मिलेंगे।
we have as such हमने 4 से लेके 5:30 का टाइम रखा था. We have overshooted. I'm so happy, glad कि at one point of time we were 100 people listening to Kapil sir, and still people are so anxious to know what's happening, what will be the future, what are the advantages. I think एक base idea तो हमें मिल गया है कि हमें शुरुआत तो करनी पड़ेगी कहीं ना कहीं से, कपिल सर, कि आपने
तो
आप
कहीं
कभी
ना कहीं मतलब यू हैव टू एक्सप्लोर द नेटवर्क, यू हैव टू इंक्रीज योर नेटवर्क। अब वो भी मैं एक थोड़ा सा मैं चीजें बता देता हूँ, बिकॉज
हाँ हाँ
पीपल
मैं
हैव
अभी
क्लियर
बता
टू
रही
मी।
हूँ, मेरा लास्ट क्वेश्चन था कि आप एक
ठीक।
टॉप एडवाइस दो इंडियन चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट को, तो प्लानिंग टू एक्सप्लोर और एक्सपैंड इन दुबई इन 25 बुक प्लेटफॉर्म और कम्युनिटीज व्हिच यू वांट देम टू फॉलो.
See, it's quite obvious. To start any practice, to be very honest, you need to create your network. पूरी चीज आपकी नेटवर्क पे ही आएगी, wherever you are located, be and Dubai is a kind of practice area जहाँ पे you are not limited to UAE। आप इंडिया में बैठ के प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हो। अगर आप बोलते हो कि आई हैव द कनेक्ट इन अफ्रीका, अफ्रीका में बैठ के प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हो। देयर नो रिस्ट्रिक्शंस बिकॉज़ अफ्रीकन्स आर आल्सो इनकॉर्पोरेटिंग इन, अफ्रीकन्स आर आल्सो कमिंग हियर, Australians are also coming here, US people are also
There
coming
is
here.
also a shortage of accountants in Africa. I have also done one of the, accounting of Africa.
Correct, correct. So Africa is also one of the big markets. And वहाँ वहाँ पे कोई वो इनके जो सिक्योरिटी कंसर्न्स हैं, तो ड्यू टू दैट रीजन अफ्रीकन्स आर कमिंग टू यूएई एंड दे आर, मतलब उनको कैश वैश का ज्यादा लफड़ा होता है, तो दे व्हाट दे डू इज बैंक्स आर नॉट दैट मच secured in Africa. So Africans incorporate companies in UAE so that उनका जो भी बैंकिंग में जो पैसा चैनल आ रहा है, फ्लोट हो रहा है, वो वहां से सिक्योरली फ्लोट होता रहे। एंड दे इफ दे आर फेसिंग एनी इश्यूज इन मेकिंग द पेमेंट फ्रॉम द अफ्रीकन कंट्रीज, तो एटलीस्ट वो यूएई कंपनी से पेमेंट फ्लोट कर सकते हैं। I'll just give you one example. Acha, there are a lot of things that probably we not be able to cover all the things in this thing. Just
आप
I'll
शेयर
try
करना
to,
चाहते हैं स्क्रीन आपका?
yeah, I'll just share my screen so that people can understand ki, let me share my screen. Okay. Is the screen visible?
Yeah.
Let me go to the, I'll share the slides as well so that जो भी हम लोग डिस्कस कर रहे हैं आज की तारीख में, you will be able to understand. So initial step should be from my side, it's always a kind of thing कि आपका existing इंडिया में जो नेटवर्क है उसको आप एक्सप्लोर करो। ट्राई टू क्रिएट योर नेटवर्क इन इंडिया ओनली फर्स्ट। वंस यू हैव 3-4 कस्टमर्स एज वेल, अगर आपके पास 5-6 कस्टमर्स, यूएई में ऐसा नहीं है, इवन दो यू माइट बी फेसिंग कंपटीशन, अगर एक भी कस्टमर क्लिक होगा इट विल गिव यू गुड अमाउंट ऑफ रेवेन्यू। जैसे इंडिया में व्हेन वी आर प्रैक्टिसिंग, इवन दो देयर इज लॉट ऑफ कंपटीशन और एक कस्टमर आता है तो हमारे पास रेवेन्यू इतना नहीं होता है उसके अंदर। लेकिन इन यूएई इफ यू आर, let's assume if you are into very much cutthroat competition as well, I'll always prefer practicing in UAE as compared to India. Even though मेरे को यहाँ पे competition बहुत मिलेगा ना, then also I'll prefer to work here in UAE because मुझे पता है कि उस competition में भी अगर if I get one customer clicked, I know कि he is going to pay me good amount for sure। जो मैंने आपको एग्जांपल्स बताए फॉर कॉर्पोरेट टैक्स के अंदर रिटर्न फाइलिंग का 1500 से 4000 एटी इज द फीस दैट इज बीइंग चार्ज। जो इनकम टैक्स रिटर्न आप इंडिया में फाइल करते हो, यहाँ पे फाइल करने का चार्ज आईएनआर के बदले एटी में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है, 1580 to 4000। वो प्रेजेंट इनकम वाला जो अपने इंडिया में फाइल करते हैं ना 4480, ठीक है, यहाँ पे वो 4480 वाला भी कंसेप्ट है, स्मॉल बिजनेस रिलीफ बोलते हैं। वो रिटर्न फाइल करने का भी आर चार्जिंग 1580 टू द नॉर्मल कस्टमर। आप समझो एक रिटर्न फाइल करने का 10 मिनट लगते हैं, उसको तो खाली आपको टर्नओवर डाल के जाने देना है। कितना पैसा मिल रहा है? 35,000 इन INR।
बट अगर आप जस्ट मेरे दिमाग में जहन में ख्याल आया कि इतना ही इजी है तो उसका खुद का स्टाफ भी होगा, वो कंपनी का, वो ही कर लेगा, हमारे पास क्यों आएगा?
कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग है ना मैम।
हाँ,
अरे
यूएई में
वहां पे स्टाफ की कमी है ना।
अच्छा, बिजनेस
नहीं नहीं,
मैन
कमी के हिसाब से कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग इज ऑल्सो देयर ना।
कॉस्ट
अरे
ऑफ,
5,000,
कॉस्ट इज ऑल्सो
500।
एसोसिएटेड ना।
आई अंडरस्टैंड। मैं ये क्वेश्चन रेज करने के पीछे लोगों को भी जानकारी मिलनी चाहिए कि दुबई में कंसल्टेंट ज्यादा रिक्वायर्ड है क्योंकि वो असाइनमेंट बेसिस पे काम होता है। दे डोंट वांट अ परमानेंट एम्प्लॉय पर से। तो आपको वहां पे जो कपिल सर ने बताया, अपॉर्चुनिटी इज नॉकिंग आवर डोर, खाली जस्ट राइट टाइम पे हमें राइट जगह पे पहुंचना जरूरी है।
वहां पे तो
यस,
सेमी
दिस इज द
क्वालिफाइड
राइट
को
टाइम।
भी
ओके।
मेरे ख्याल से बहुत ज्यादा वो लोग ले लेते हैं कंसल्टेंट के बेस पे। जो जो सीए फर्म्स है वहां पे, यहाँ से जो
यस,
जाना चाहते हैं वो सबको ले लेते हैं वो लोग, बस दे आर टेकिंग द इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर।
बिकॉज अभी डिमांड है, कॉर्पोरेट टैक्स रिटर्न फाइलिंग चालू हुआ है ये साल में, तो बुक
हम्म।
कीपिंग का भी डिमांड है। तो अब एग्जिस्टिंग जो टीम है वो तो ऑलरेडी पहले वाले जो काम चल रहे थे उसमें ही उलझे हुए हैं। वो थोड़ी ना काम निकाल पाएंगे। दे ऑलरेडी हैव द स्टाफ जो ऑलरेडी पहले से ही दूसरे जो काम में लगे हुए थे वो लगे हुए हैं। तो उनके लिए उनको नया स्टाफ चाहिए, नया टीम चाहिए।
सर आप ये
मान लो मेरे
पीपीटी
पास,
शेयर करने वाले हैं
आई विल शेयर द पीपीटी एज वेल।
तो आप ना गूगल ड्राइव का लिंक दे देना हमको, तो हम
यस यस
हमारे
यस,
जितने
आई विल शेयर
पार्टिसिपेंट हैं उनको मेल कर में वो लिंक भेज देंगे।
इट। यस,
क्योंकि काफी
100% मैं
सारे
आपको
लोग
शेयर
एनरोल
कर दूंगा।
करते हैं, फिर अटेंड कोई कर पाता है कोई नहीं कर पाता है। तो व्हाई नॉट टू शेयर विद देम, एटलीस्ट यूट्यूब लाइव है तो वीडियो तो दे कैन ऑलवेज चेक इट लेटर ऑन।
करेक्ट करेक्ट। अच्छा।
हाँ, तो हमारा एफर्ट्स रहता है फ्रॉम चाय पे चर्चा टीम कि हम जो भी बातें करते हैं वो, आज क्या है ये बोलते हैं ना, प्रैक्टिस का टाइम है, का ऑफिस में है, काफी सारे लोग नहीं आ पाते हैं, सो स्टिल
करेक्ट करेक्ट,
डोंट
हंड्रेड
वांट
परसेंट
देम टू
हंड्रेड
मिस
परसेंट
आउट। और कभी कभी आप क्या होता है, मैं जब सुनती हूँ तब मुझे वो ध्यान में नहीं रहता है, तो रेफर बैक करने के लिए भी मेरे पास रिकॉर्डिंग रहेगा तो अच्छा रहता है।
थॉट प्रोसेस होने में टाइम लगेगा, बिकॉज आज जो
हाँ,
हम लोग
वही वही
सेशन कर रहे
इसीलिए
हैं
हम
कंप्लीटली है।
कोशिश करते हैं या तो वीडियो रिकॉर्ड करें या तो उसका यूट्यूब लाइव कर देवे। दिस इज माय हम्बल रिक्वेस्ट पार्टिसिपेंट्स। अब हमें आज हमारे जो कपिल सर है, सर आपने इतना अच्छे से सब समझाया है, आपके रियल एक्सपीरियंसेस भी आपने शेयर किए कि आप 2023 में ही आपने आपकी जर्नी स्टार्ट की है। सो आई थिंक टुडेज सेशन विल गिव क्लियर व्यू टू रोड अहेड इफ यू आर कंसिडरिंग दुबई में कैसे काम करना है, प्रोफेशनल जर्नी। एंड गल्फ इज नॉट जस्ट अ डेस्टिनेशन, इट्स अ अपॉर्चुनिटी जोन इफ एक्सप्लोर्ड विद द राइट प्रिपरेशन एंड गाइडेंस। तो थैंक यू फॉर बीइंग सच अ वंडरफुल गाइडेंस टू अस एंड ऑल द ऑडियंस। आपके जो भी सवाल है वो आगे भी हम ऐसे चाय पे चर्चा करते रहेंगे। अब तो सीजन स्टार्ट हो रही है तो पता नहीं है नेक्स्ट चाय पे चर्चा में कब लेती हूँ, so but still, so over to you, Hiral. The answer I think is not available right now, probably. So you can just,
वंदना जी, आई जस्ट शेयर लास्ट थिंग टू देम,
हाँ
टू द
कपिल
मेंबर्स,
सर
यस।
टू बी वाइंडअप,
बताइए।
बिकॉज
या
अभी
सो ऑन
काफी लोग
बिहाफ ऑफ
आईटी,
ऑर्गेनाइजिंग।
एआई,
हम्म।
या एआई से रिलेटेड भी काफी लोग अभी भी एक्टिव नहीं है। देयर आर लॉट ऑफ पीपल हु आर नॉट यूजिंग एआई। एआई का इतना सारा आईसी प्रमोशन कर रहा है
अगर आप
स्टिल।
ये शेयर स्क्रीन बंद करेंगे ना तो YouTube लाइव में अच्छा दिखेगा। अगर
अच्छा,
अभी ये,
अच्छा,
हाँ
नहीं, मैं
अगर
इसके
मैं,
ऊपर एक एग्जांपल देने वाला हूँ इनको,
हाँ हाँ
सो
तो
दैट
ठीक है,
दे
हाँ
कैन।
तो
यस,
तो
ठीक है।
ठीक।
हाउ मेनी ऑफ अस आर यूजिंग द सीआरएम सॉफ्टवेयर? कितने
क्या
लोग
क्या
सीआरएम
क्या?
सॉफ्टवेयर यूज करते हैं? सीआरएम
क्या?
सॉफ्टवेयर,
हाँ
सीआरएम
सीआरएम
सॉफ्टवेयर।
सॉफ्टवेयर, सीआरएम
हाँ, वो जमकू है जो वो
How
है।
many of us are using the CRM software to maintain the data of customers जिनसे हमारी बात होती है? बिकॉज दुबई में आप प्रैक्टिस करोगे तो यू विल हैव टू स्टार्ट मेंटेनिंग दैट थिंग, बिकॉज कस्टमर
अभी
स्टार्टिंग में नहीं
हाँ,
आएगा।
सुवित में भी आ गया है सीआरएम, मतलब यू कैन जस्ट सेंड द मैसेज विया व्हाट्सएप। बट आप जैसे बोल रहे हैं ना, कस्टमर रिलेशन मैनेजमेंट के लिए तो प्लेटफॉर्म बहुत,
Zoho
आई
is
थिंक
also,
आउट ऑफ
हाँ,
1001 सीए में भी हैवी।
I'll
Zoho
give
is
them this
also having
example.
inbuilt their CRM model also.
यस यस
चलो एक एक प्रैक्टिस कर लेते हैं। लेट्स हैव वन प्रैक्टिस। अब आपको मैं
यस।
एक सीआरएम का ही मैं एक मैजिक दिखाता हूँ,
हम्म।
राइट? मैं आपको लिंक तो शेयर करने वाला हूँ मैडम, गूगल ड्राइव से,
यस
अबाउट दिस लिंक। यू कैन सी टू स्कैनर्स हियर, दो स्कैनर्स हैं, ठीक
हाँ
है,
है ना।
राइट? अब फर्स्ट स्कैनर तो व्हाट्सएप अपडेट्स के लिए है, तो यू कैन ज्वाइन दैट व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप। अब उसमें जितने भी अपडेट्स यूएई एंड यूएस की आएंगी दिस विल बी योर स्टार्टिंग फेज। आप वो अपने नेटवर्क में अपने हिसाब से कंटेंट को चेंज करके अपना कॉन्टेक्ट नंबर डाल के यू कैन स्टार्ट फ्लोटिंग इन योर नेटवर्क। लोगों को ये भी होता
Understood.
है कि भाई हमको नेटवर्क में नॉलेज कहाँ से मिलेगा, यूए एंड यूएस का। फॉर एग्जाम्पल अभी रिटर्न फाइलिंग का डेट आ रहा है सितंबर फॉर द यूए कंपनी, उसका मैसेज अब थोड़े टाइम में आ जाएगा ग्रुप के अंदर। बट जैसे जैसे जो आपको वहाँ पे व्हाट्सएप पे अपडेट्स मिलेंगे यू कैन स्टार्ट अप्रोचिंग योर कस्टमर्स, योर नेटवर्क, योर व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप, योर लिंक्डइन पे आपका जितना भी नेटवर्क है उसको पोस्ट करना चालू करो। तो आपको एक बेस मिल गया कि यहाँ से तो हमें कंटेंट मिल जाता है, हमारा जो नेटवर्क है उसमें से आपको कंटेंट मिल जाएगा एंड यू कैन एडिट इट बाय योर पुटिंग योर कॉन्टेक्ट नंबर सब वॉट एवर जो आपको रखना है। ये तो बात हो गई व्हाट्सएप अपडेट्स के ग्रुप के लिए। अब जो सेकंड में सीआरएम की बात कर रहा था, जो मैजिक ऑफ मैं ऑटोमेशन की मैजिक की बात कर रहा था, जिसके अंदर मैं बोल रहा था कि सीआरएम सॉफ्टवेयर आपको समझना जरूरी है, एआई को समझना जरूरी है आज की तारीख में, बिकॉज विदाउट दिस यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू सर्वाइव इन फ्यूचर। क्योंकि नेटवर्किंग भी अगर आपको करना है तो नेटवर्किंग करने के लिए भी यू विल यूज सच काइंड ऑफ टूल्स। मैं टूल्स का जब ये पीडीएफ आएगा तो इसमें टूल्स भी हम लोगों ने लिखे हुए हैं कि व्हाट आर द टूल्स दैट वी आर यूजिंग, तो आपको उससे भी आइडिया आ जाएगा कि दीज आर द टूल्स दैट यू हैव टू यूज टू प्रैक्टिस इन यूएई। जो सेकंड वाला जो मैंने आपको दिया हुआ है स्कैनर, once you will scan that particular scanner there is a form attached with this scanner। वो एक सीआरएम सॉफ्टवेयर से ही मैंने फॉर्म बनाया है, ठीक है, जिसमें हम लोग डेटा लेते हैं कस्टमर्स का। जनरली मुझे अगर कुछ भी इंक्वायरी करना है या किसी से भी डेटा लेना है, जैसा हम लोग आज की तारीख में वेबिनार कर रहे हैं तो जूम का एक फॉर्म आता है जिसपे हम लोग डेटा फीड करते हैं वो सीआरएम में चला जाता है, राइट। तो सिमिलरली ये मैंने आपको स्कैनर के थ्रू एक फॉर्म दिया, राइट। ये फॉर्म को जब आप फिलअप करोगे व्हाट आई हैव डन इज, इसके साथ मैंने रेटिंग्स का एक गूगल का हमारा रेटिंग्स है उसको मैंने उसके साथ कनेक्ट किया है। यू जस्ट फोकस ऑन द काइंड ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी आई एम यूजिंग इट। डेटा आपने स्कैन किया, यू फीड द डेटा, उसमें मैंने मेंशन किया डिस्क्रिप्शन के अंदर दैट देयर इज अ सबमिट बटन, जिसके बेस पे आपका रेटिंग्स वाला पेज ओपन होगा टू गिव अस द रेटिंग्स। आप मुझे रेटिंग्स दोगे, उसके बाद आपको प्रेजेंटेशन ऑटोमेटिक आ जाएगा। आई डोंट नीड टू क्लिक एनीथिंग, मैं आपके सामने बैठा रहूंगा ऑटोमेटिक आपके पास मेल आ जाएगा कंटेनिंग द पीपीटी, या जो भी कंटेंट मैंने वहां पे बना के रखा होगा। ये आप करोगे तो अब मैंने उसमें इंस्ट्रक्शंस 24 आवर्स का दिया हुआ है, इसलिए अभी इंस्टेंटली आपको मेल नहीं आएगा। जनरली पहले मैं इंस्टेंटली मेल रखता था सो दैट सबको एक लाइव एग्जांपल मिल जाए कि हाँ इस तरह से भी ऑटोमेशन होता है। एंड दिस इज वे यू हैव टू फॉलो अप विद द कस्टमर। आपके पास कस्टमर आएगा दुबई के लिए तो वो पहले खर्चा सुन के, तो पहले जैसे मैम ने बोला कि हर साल खर्चा होता है, तो ये काफी लोगों को नहीं पता है। इवन योर कस्टमर विल नॉट बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड इट, बिकॉज इंडिया में तो सर्टिफिकेट तो एक ही बार बनता है, उसके बाद हमें कुछ फीस नहीं पे करनी पड़ती है, लेकिन गल्फ मार्केट में हर साल अपने को पे करना होता है। तो आपका कस्टमर एक बार इंक्वायरी करने आएगा तो डोंट गेट डिसहार्टन, ये आपको पहले से ही बता रहा हूँ। ऐसा नहीं है कि वो उसको काम कंपनी नहीं बनानी है, उसको सेट नहीं करना है, बट जब उसको पता चलता है कि हर साल मुझे खर्चा देना है, तब वो थोड़ा एक बैक स्टेप पे चला जाता है, ये सोच के कि जब मेरे पास पूरा टाइम होगा ना, फुल टाइम मैं जब दे सकता हूँ, अब मेरे को दुबई के अंदर मार्केटिंग करनी है, मेरे को वहां पे जाके मिलना है, तो वो 2-3 महीने के बाद आपसे कंपनी बनवाएगा। अभी उसको क्या लगेगा कि भाई अभी मैंने कंपनी बना दी और 6 महीने मैंने कुछ भी नहीं किया, फिर 6 महीने के बाद तो मेरे को वापस से पेमेंट करना ही, तो मेरा साइकिल तो चालू हो ही गया। तो इंडियन मेंटेलिटी वर्क्स इन दिस वे। मैंने 6 महीने अगर काम ही नहीं किया तो बाकी 6 महीने तो मेरे को तो मतलब 6 महीने के लिए पूरा साल का पैसा देना पड़ा। तो इट्स बेटर कि मैं जब मैं एक्चुअल में रेडी हो जाता हूँ दुबई के लिए, एट दैट टाइम आई विल इनकॉर्पोरेट द कंपनी। अब मान लो वो 6 महीने के बाद आने वाला है, आपको पहले से ही पता है कि 6 महीने के बाद आने वाला है। जनरली काफी सारे कस्टमर ऐसे ही होते हैं यूएई के प्रैक्टिस के लिए, या गल्फ मार्केट में ऐसे ही होता है जनरली। तो आप कैसे फॉलो अप लोगे उससे? हमारे ऑफिस पे एक सिस्टम सबसे पहले डिसाइड किया गया है कि कोई भी कस्टमर इंक्वायरी करेगा उससे हम लोग ईमेल आईडी लेते हैं एंड उसको पहले सीआरएम सॉफ्टवेयर में ऐड करते हैं। जो अभी आप जो सीआरएम सॉफ्टवेयर देख रहे हो स्कैन करके, उस सॉफ्टवेयर में हम लोग पहले डेटा फीड करते हैं, उसके बाद ही हम लोग इंटरेक्ट करते हैं। ये हमारे ऑफिस में सिस्टम है, उसके बिना हम कस्टमर को फोन भी नहीं करते हैं, बात भी नहीं करते। उसको हम लोग पहले बोलते हैं कि काइंडली शेयर योर ईमेल आईडी, उसका हम लोग सीआरएम में डेटा फीड करके रखते हैं, उसके बाद उसको कॉल जाता है हमारे ऑफिस से। फिर हम क्या करते हैं कि उसको प्रपोजल दे दिया, उसके बाद हम उसको अपडेट देते रहते हैं, वी डोंट टेक द फॉलो अप, हम लोग कभी फॉलो अप नहीं लेते। बीइंग अ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट आप बार बार फॉलो अप लोगे, कैसा लगेगा, नहीं अच्छा लगता है। आपका टीम अगर उससे बार बार फॉलो अप ले रहा है, सर आपने कंपनी फॉर्मेशन का वो बोला था या कॉर्पोरेट टैक्स का आपने रिटर्न फाइलिंग के लिए बोला था, हर रोज उसको अगर कॉल जाएगा आपके साइड से, विल इट लुक गुड? बीइंग अ प्रोफेशनल, बीइंग अ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट, इट नेवर लुक्स गुड एथिकली। आपका एक ऑरा है, वी हैव अ ऑरा ऑफ बीइंग अ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट। काफी कम लोगों को ये अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलती है बीइंग अ सीए। आई मीन चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट बनना बहुत इजी नहीं है, यू नो, इवन योर कस्टमर्स एग्री ऑन दैट पार्ट। तो वो अपने को इमेज खराब नहीं करनी है। तो व्हाट वी डू जनरली इज, जब भी हमें कोई अपडेट देना होता है, फॉर एग्जांपल अभी मैंने आपको 30 सितंबर का बताया, तो उसका मेरे सीआरएम सॉफ्टवेयर में डेटा आ गया, व्हाट आई विल डू, एक मैं सिर्फ मेल ड्राफ्ट करके रखूंगा, जितने भी लोगों ने इंक्वायरी किया था मेरे को, भले लास्ट 12 महीने में किया हो, सबको एक मेल चला जाएगा। तो इससे होगा क्या, आपके कस्टमर के माइंड में आप रहोगे। ये 6 महीने के बीच में उसको दूसरे भी तो कंसल्टेंट्स मिलेंगे, ऐसा नहीं है कि वो आपसे ही बात कर रहा है, वो किसी और से भी बात कर रहा होगा। तो उनके दिमाग में रहने के लिए इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड कि आप कंपल्सरी उससे फॉलो अप लेते रहो, डायरेक्ट फॉलो कभी नहीं लेने का। वॉट यू विल हैव टू डू इज, जो भी वैल्यूएबल कंटेंट आपको लगता है आप उनको शेयर करो, भले ही 2 महीने में एक बार करो ना, या 1 महीने में एक बार करो। लेट्स से कि कल उठ के दुबई चैम्बर्स की कोई मीटिंग होने वाली है मुंबई के अंदर, दुबई चैम्बर्स हैव अ प्रेजेंस इन मुंबई एंड बैंगलोर। कल उठ के कोई दुबई चैम्बर्स का मीटिंग होने वाला है, जस्ट सेट द इन्फॉर्मेशन टू दैट पर्टिकुलर ऑल द पीपल कि देयर इज अ मीटिंग हैपनिंग इन दुबई चैम्बर्स, इफ यू आर इन मुंबई, जस्ट गो एंड विजिट दैट मीटिंग, आपको बहुत वैल्यूएबल कंटेंट मिल जाएगा। थिंक फ्रॉम द कस्टमर बिजनेस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू।
अब
तो
आप
ये
ये
सीआरएम
स्टॉप,
सॉफ्टवेयर आप यूज करोगे।
कपिल स्टॉप शेयर कर दो ना प्लीज,
हाँ हाँ,
just wrap up because now
यस,
it's high time.
ये सब चीजें आप करोगे तो ये सॉफ्टवेयर यूज करना बहुत जरूरी है। दैट्स
No,
व्हाट आई वाज टेलिंग
we
टू यू।
got the point. See, technology is there to, we have to just take them as our assistant. AI should become our assistant, article assistant rather, put it like that, you know. And we need to
करेक्ट करेक्ट करेक्ट,
keep using those technology in our day-to-day practice so that we are, see, out of sight is out of mind. The way you mentioned is so particular कि आपका एक मेल भी जाएगा, कुछ आपका एक व्हाट्सएप मैसेज जाता है तो क्लाइंट को पता है। तो मेरा अभी व्हाट्सएप स्टेटस है तो मुझे पता है कि 250, पहले शुरुआत की मैंने व्हाट्सएप स्टेटस डालने की लास्ट ईयर, तो 250-300 देखते थे, अभी 850 लोग देखते हैं। सो पीपल
करेक्ट करेक्ट करेक्ट,
डूइंग, सो मुझे वन ऑन वन जाके नहीं कहना पड़ता है कि मैं क्या कर रही हूँ, तो उनको पता है कि somebody is doing something. So everybody has to see, हर इंसान पब्लिक मीडिया में जाएगा जरूरी नहीं है, बट एटलीस्ट टेक द एडवांटेज ऑफ वॉट एवर इज अवेलेबल टू यू। अब आपकी ऑफिस में ऑटोमेशन जितने तक क्यों करो। तो आज का जो सेशन हमने रखा था उसका कारण ही ये था कि एटलीस्ट दुबई एक नया एरिया ऑफ प्रैक्टिस है, और कपिल सर is the best person whom I met in last AI summit. Yeah? First time I met you in the last AI summit at Hyderabad. That's how I got introduced. अगर मैं वहां मिलके उनका कार्ड, उनका नंबर सेव नहीं किया होता, उनके साथ कनेक्ट में नहीं रही होती, उनके जो कोई सेमिनार्स हो रहे वो मुझे नहीं पता होता, तो आई वुड हैव नॉट ब्रॉट हिम ऑन दिस प्लेटफॉर्म। सो इट्स ऑल डिपेंड्स कि हम जुड़े, हमने उस नेटवर्क को कंटिन्यू रखा।
करेक्ट करेक्ट मैम, करेक्ट करेक्ट। तो दिस इज अ वे ऑफ नेटवर्किंग भी अगर आपको करना है, कोई भी आपसे मिलता है, इवन योर बिजनेस पर्सन, कोई बिजनेस कम्युनिटीज है, कोई चैम्बर्स है, आपके इंडस्ट्री के चैम्बर्स भी होते हैं आपकी सिटी में, हर जगह पे कोई ना कोई मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्री का चैम्बर्स होगा, यू बी ए पार्ट ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर चैम्बर। कहीं पे वो इवेंट हो रहा है, आप वहाँ पे मीटअप करो सबसे, तो उनसे कोई भी कॉन्टेक्ट कार्ड आपको मिलते हैं, जस्ट पुट इन द सीआरएम सॉफ्टवेयर, यू नेवर नो कि वो कब काम आएगा आपको। आपको तो सिर्फ सीआरएम सॉफ्टवेयर में ऐड करना है, यू मेट दैट पर्टिकुलर फेलो, उसको याद रहेगा कहाँ ये बंदा दुबई में काम करता है।
ये आज का टेक ऑफ मेरे लिए है सीआरएम। तो हर हर चीज में हर दिन आप कुछ ना कुछ नया सीखते ही हो।
करेक्ट करेक्ट करेक्ट, नहीं
So
वो होना ही
will just, मतलब bottom of my heart, it was indeed a splendid, everybody participation who have been witnessing this since 4 o'clock, 2 घंटे हो गए, अभी भी ज्ञान की गंगा चल रही है। So thank you very much. Over to you, Hiral, for a formal vote of thanks.
Yeah. So on behalf of organizing committee and all participants, I extend my heartfelt gratitude for our esteemed speaker for today's insightful and inspiring session. Your in-depth responses to each question From licensing to setup, practices areas like VAT, ESR, and CFO services have truly illuminated the landscape of professional opportunities in UAE. Your practical insight into regulatory processes, cultural nuisance, and client acquisition strategies have given a roadmap to how to navigate the Dubai market with clarity and confidence. Special thanks for demystifying the mainland dilemma and for sharing your own professional journeys, which added immense value and authenticity to the discussion. To our audience, thank you for your enthusiastic participation, thoughtful question, and energy throughout the session. We hope today's dialogue has sparked new aspirations and helped you to evaluate Dubai not just as destination, but as viable platform for professional expansion. Let us all take a moment for acknowledging the efforts of speaker, moderator, and the organizing team who is readily available for this insightful session every time. So thank you once again and wishing you all growth, global exposure, and great success ahead. Thank you, sir, for your time.
Thank you so much, Vandana, for keeping this session.
Yes, thank you very much,
Ideally,
Viral.
Thank you,
your
Kapil
side-
sir. Thank you. Vandana
you,
ma'am,
thank
thank you. Viral ma'am, thank you.
मतलब हम जो भी ऑडियंस है उनका भी थैंक यू तहे दिल से करना चाहते हैं. इफ देर इज नो ऑडियंस ना तो थोड़ा मोटिवेशन कम होता है, बट नाउ मोटिवेशन इज अगेन ब्रिंग आउट इन मी कि नहीं, नेक्स्ट शुड बी सम यूएसए के लिए ऑस्ट्रेलिया में क्या अपॉर्चुनिटी है वो भी हम लेके आएंगे थोड़ा.
We are thinking
That's
on
what
that
is in
front
the
too.
pipeline. I'm thinking कि हर एरिया का कोई एक एक्सपर्ट होवे जो हमें गाइडेंस दे तो उनको एक बेटर अपॉर्चुनिटी मिले. So let's start working now for Dubai.
Yeah,
Sure,
thank
sure,
you.
sure.
Flight
Thank
is
you, thank
taking
you so
off.
much.
Flight is taking
Flight is
off.
taking off now.
और इन्होंने तो इंस्पायर कर दिया ना कि IT एक्सपो है, तो we can just go
हाँ.
and take a feel of Dubai, you know.
It's
Yes, yes.
definitely a must watch. It's a
So you
definitely
share
a
the
must watch.
information, हमें वो भी share कर
Yeah,
देना.
you share this
Amazing.
information of IT Expo. We will circulate among them.
हाँ.
We
Definitely,
have
definitely.
the audience's email and all that. So we will circulate to them.
Done.
Yeah, yeah.
Bye
Thank
for
you.
now, everyone. Thank
Yeah.